guys, what's up? We're back in the live tent. Hey guys, what's up? We're back in the live tent, and we're still here at the 2017 MultiGP National Championships in Reno, Nevada. I'm standing here with Brandon Souza. He's from Southern California, sales and marketing for Emax. How you doing today, man? Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
I'm doing pretty good. Just came out to watch the race. Looking forward. I know tomorrow they said they're supposed to be down to 16, so tomorrow should be a pretty quick day. We're interested definitely to see who's going to take it. I mean, we have not only team pilots here that we're supporting, but also supporting the MultiGP pilot community in general. So we're excited to see who takes it home.
And there's a big Emax bounty, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You want
So,
to talk about that?
Let's talk about the Emax bounty.
I wonder how many guys here know how much you could possibly win, though. So, say for example, you're running motors. That alone, if you get first place, is worth $5,000 for the bounty. And then if you have, for example, ESCs or props, that's another $1,000, so that's $6,000. And then if you have a third item like a pagoda or Avon props, for example, that's another $500. So $6,500 potentially on top of whatever you guys are giving to the winner.
So it's
That's pretty
$25,000 altogether for the winner. Not for the winner, but altogether. So the winner would get $10,000. So that would be another $7,000 on top of it. So
yeah, about $16,500.
Yeah.
I'd go for it. What about you? Did you do it?
Yeah, I think I'd go for it. It'd sound nice on the blackjack table. You know, not too bad, right?
Yeah.
It'd be all right. So tell us a little bit about what's new for Emax. So you got some new products coming out.
Yeah, definitely. So many people know that this year the hot motor for us was the 2306. We ended up coming out with 3 different KVs, 2400, 2550, 2750. And a lot of people love it. They love the torque. They love the power. But now we have people asking, we want to go lightweight. We want to go even more efficient. So now we have the new LS motors coming out, which is the light spec. We have those coming in 2206 and 2207. So we were hoping to get it out before the event, but the guys have been practicing for months with what they're already running. So it's going to come out a couple weeks after, but we're definitely excited for it.
And so who are your pilots that are here in the competition still?
So here we have Conrad Miller. Unfortunately, he's out, but he still has his son in here, Sorrel, aka Zero. So we're definitely rooting for him, to see how he does. No matter how it goes, he's already in the finalists. Couldn't be any more proud. So
yeah, and he was the first guy to hit 6 laps on
impressive.
the final scores. Right?
And the first one to win a regional finals bounty. So we actually took home about 600.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
he was running all Emax.
Before the national championships, we had about 3 pilots win the bounty. One for 600, another for 800, and then another for 800. So it's definitely real. Never know. Maybe next year we'll have it again, make it even better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of pilots were excited about that bounty. I know I was. Didn't get to make it there, but it was definitely worth it, man. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
Yeah.
And so how are you liking the track and the venue over here? What do you think about that?
I think it's impressive. I didn't realize how many people were going to be here, but today when we pulled up to the parking lot, we were surprised. Huge crowd. I think it's great for the sport, great for the hobby, great for MultiGP to have so many spectators here. I mean, it's definitely interesting, and the track looks awesome. I mean, you guys worked with the space you had. You know what I mean? They're not too much like dive gates or anything crazy like that, but you used the space that you got and made it impressive.
Like a 2-level course.
Exactly.
So it still has a little bit of a 3D element to it.
Exactly, yeah.
And so I know you fly yourself, and you like to fly a lot. Have you got a chance to fly since you've been out here in Reno?
No, unfortunately, no. Just working out here for work. Maybe after the event, seems like it's going to end around 2 or so tomorrow, be able to fly some packs.
Yeah. I think we're excited about that too. We're hoping to get a few packs in ourselves.
Yeah. Are you challenging me to a race later? Or?
I mean, if
we'll do a bounty, my quad for your quad if I win.
I think your quad is probably better than mine right now. If you can see it, it's on the table over there. It's pretty banged up right now, yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. You don't want to look at those motors, trust me.
Yeah, it's all right.
They're not the right ones.
It's all right. You're not going to win a bounty with them.
No.
Just kidding.
But I do have some in there with a bunch of Emax. I do like the Emax motors ever since I started using them, and they're great motors. They're durable. They do what they say they're going to do. They're not falling apart on you like some other motors. So
yeah.
Hey, I guess you got to use what's good for you, right? And what works for you. And if it's working,
yeah, it's about the quality first. And with all future products we have coming this year and next, just going to keep up that quality.
So anything else other than motors and pagodas and props?
Well, we have the new, for those, we definitely have winter coming up, so a lot of guys are going to be flying indoors and, want to go towards the micro. We have the new Mini Magnum coming out.
Okay.
So it's a nice little 4-in-1 12-amp ESC, 2 to 4S, F3 flight controller with a beeper, Betaflight OSD. So for someone that wants to throw a 2-inch build together in about less than an hour, it's a perfect setup to get you going.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of people are flying the minis now. It's a big.
Yeah, some of them are fast too. You throw on like our 1106 motors, 7,000 or 6,000 kV. You can keep up with some of the 3 inches, 4 inches, even depending on the track. So
Yeah, and the Baby Hawk is pretty
Yeah.
nice too.
Baby Hawks, I think, is going to be, and they make another comeback for the winter for sure.
I know a lot of people that have just bought it and like taken it right out of the box and just fell in love with it because
Yeah,
you can just
it's
fly
fun.
it and
It's
no
fun.
problem.
It's priced right, $100, can't beat it. Just for out of the box, brushless, upgradable. You can fix stuff on it pretty easily.
And does that come with a radio, some kind of radio, or you got to bind it to something?
So we have two versions: the P&P, which is add your own receiver, and then we also have the B&F, which comes with an FR Sky XM Plus on it. And we're hoping later on during wintertime to come out with the RTF for like a true like beginner entry, radio goggle, and also the Baby Hawk. So keep an eye out for that too if you want to get your son, a little brother, an uncle, whoever's new to the hobby into it with a package like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually have some little brothers that I recommended that to them.
Yeah.
Family was like, "Hey, what do you think we should get them?" I said, "Well, you got to start with the little ones.
Yeah,
Get a
for
Baby
sure.
Hawk. Get something that you can really get to flying and not crashing all the time." So,
For sure.
So, who do you think's gonna win it here today? You have any predictions?
It's too hard to tell, honestly. There's people hitting down already fast times. The top 3 times are already extremely impressive, so I think we just got to wait and see how it goes. Because with FPV racing, you never know. The fastest guy is not always the winner. I call it FPV luck. You can get midders, you can get crash. Video goes out, we just got to wait and see.
Sometimes you get unlucky. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So you guys live really close to Reno, right? Southern California. That's not too.
That's
far
about
away.
8 hours.
Hey,
So
well,
we drove here 8 hours to come out here, support everyone, see how it's going.
But do you guys come out here a lot? Is this kind of like a local area almost for you?
Nah, first time for me making it out here.
So what are your do you go to a lot of local chapters in your area? Do a lot of local races?
Yeah, definitely.
What local chapters do you go to?
So there's the Ventura Racers that are in Ventura. They have a permanent track down there, and there's also the Orange County Flyers. So they have a chapter there too, and also Riverside Flyers. So there's about 3 chapters that we attend.
And the Ventura is the one that I think
Permanent
they have,
track, the dirt track.
The dirt track,
Yeah.
and Ricky and Doma.
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
those guys
Ricky,
are out
all
there.
those guys. That's Doma's home field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's ripping it too, man.
Yeah, he's killing it. We're definitely good friends of Surge and happy to see him out here with this kid.
Yeah. And so I guess the question that everybody wants to know: Are you rooting for the old guys or are you rooting for the young guys? What team are you on? On team old guy or team young guy, young guns?
Well, our team pilot Sorrell's a young gun, so we got to root for the young guns right now.
See that? Another young gun in the mix, another young gun in the mix. But he's definitely a candidate to take it down.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think we just started seeing the first 5 lap runs over here because they were hitting 4, right? The 4 was like the mark, and now guys started to break.
Captain Van Over was the first one to hit 5 laps on the 2306 2550.
Oh,
So there you go.
so there you go. So
Yeah.
he's already
Let's
a
see what
contender
happens
for
with
the
that.
bounty.
Yeah, he's going for that bounty with the motors on.
So how many people do you think out here are running Emax? Have you counted or are you keeping
I
track?
haven't counted, but we've definitely seen it, been taking pictures of the quads. It's pretty impressive. Honestly, it makes us proud to see it.
Yeah.
Work so hard to get it out there to you guys, make sure you guys know about the product and to come to the event and see, how many people spent their hard-earned money to actually buy them and support us. It just makes us proud and, makes us helping you guys out make this happen worth every bit,
Well, obviously at MultiGP, we want to thank you, of course, because you guys are one of
dude.
the biggest supporters of this and, our biggest partner. And we just love you guys and we want to make sure, that you guys stay where you are as a leader in the hobby and in the industry, and love all the work that you put in because it's difficult. I know, and a lot of these guys are really trying to do it, but you guys are really sticking around and making a name for yourself, and that's awesome, man.
Thanks, man. We're going to try to keep it up and hope you guys keep it up too. I think you and Reese need some rest, all you guys. So after the weekend's over, you'll be
Oh
able to
man,
relax.
there's no rest. This team no sleep over here. You don't know that?
Yeah.
We're team no sleep, man.
All
Come
right,
on.
then. Thank you.
Well, hey, one more thing.
What's up?
I really like the shirts that you guys have with like the splattered quad. What's up with that, man? How do I get one of those shirts? 'Cause
So we
that's-
have them on the website. We have some here. I think whatever's left at the end of the event, we're gonna have to just dump the box out and be like,
Yeah,
take what you
dump
got.
that box, man,
Everyone
'cause
grab one only though.
Those are like my favorite shirts. Every time I see that shirt, I'm like, what is that? Oh, that's the Emax shirt. Yeah,
So
that's the one.
If anyone's watching and wondering what shirt he is, just check out the website, emax-usa.com. Go to the search, hit Splat, because we call it the splatter shirt.
Splatter.
So you'll be able to check out the shirt he's talking about. No price gouge, nothing like that. No $25, $30 shirt, just a nice, inexpensive $15. We just want to make sure we can get as many of them as we can out there. So
Awesome, man.
check them out.
Well, hey, thank you so much, Brandon.
Thanks,
we
guys.
appreciate you so
Thank all
much,
you guys.
man. And we're going to get back to some racing in a little
for
bit.
it.
But right now, we're probably going to take you to a Emax commercial. So check it out.
Later.
No worries.
So get some rest.
Want to start racing? It's free and simple to join. Just visit multigp.com to create a profile. Then look for chapters in your area, find their events, and get ready to race.
And we're back at the live tent at the Reno Air Racing MultiGP National Championship 2017, and I'm here with Mr. Falcon X himself. How you doing today, buddy?
Oh, doing great. We got some batteries in. Actually got 7 packs in, and was able to grab 2 5s, and I'm feeling pretty good.
So wait, you're a 5 guy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're one of the 5ers.
I had to push her a little bit, but
Congratulations. Good job, man. Good
Thanks,
job.
sir.
You just came over here, and today was the first day you flew, right?
Oh yeah, I got here Monday night, and this was the first pack I was able to fly on the course. So I've
just laid down
I've
a
been
five.
just salivating all week, ready. So I watched some DVR, learning a little bit from everybody else. So it helped a little bit.
So what's your strategy here on the track?
So now that we're going to the fastest round, and we're not just worried about just getting fast laps. It's going to be try to slow it down, get a little bit more consistent. I think I can back it off a little bit and still grab a 5. And I think if you get a 5, you're basically going to be a shoe into the top 16. So that's going to be my goal, and hopefully get a semi-high seed. But we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. I can crash out.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
You gotta have a lot of luck.
Luck's on your side.
I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
So I don't know if you can see. I mean, the live stream can't see it, but these guys here flying in the jet. I actually got to meet this one of the pilots here. He's
Really?
He's in the blue jet. His name is Scott.
Okay.
And, he was here. We were actually showing him the quads, and he was really interested, man. He wants to come over here and fly. So maybe you can put him in the goggles and he can fly with you on the track
I'll
later
give him
on.
a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Man, he'll make you dizzy. I saw his feed and I was like, oh my God, he's going like 500 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just pinning yourself in your chair. That's
So
awesome.
have you been enjoying the jets and all the
Oh, yeah.
racing here?
Actually, one of the things I enjoyed the most too was I walked over to all the military displays over here and talked to an F-15 pilot. Actually, his name was Axe. And everybody wants to be a fighter pilot. That's what I want to be. So talking to him, it's just so cool, and seeing what they can do, having all the air races going on in the background. It's a really cool experience. I'm glad I was able to make it out here.
I just tell people I'm a fighter pilot.
Oh yeah, I'm a F-18, F-22 on a bad day.
When somebody asks me, hey, what do you do? I'd be like, I'm a fighter pilot. I
On the
fly jets.
side.
Yeah, on the side,
It's a hobby.
It's just a hobby of mine. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a full-time drone pilot, part-time fighter pilot.
So tell us a little bit about your setup. What kind of batteries you're running? What kind of frames you're running? What do you
Well, I
do?
gotta rep my frame sponsor, Shim Drones, Andy. Hope you're watching this. Flacco all the way, man. I love that thing. It is so fast, so light, and it's pretty durable. It holds up pretty well. But I run Emax stuff all under the hood. Emax motors, Emax Magnum stack, Spectrum radio, the DX9, and obviously I get it all from Falcon Hobby Supply.
Oh, hey, shameless plug.
Shameless plug. But it's running really good today.
Cool. So yeah, and actually we were just talking to Emax just a little while ago, and they were talking about how much money you can actually win with the bounty, with the Emax bounty. So you're signed up for that, obviously, right?
What is it, like $87.50 or something like that?
I think it's like $7,000,
Or $7,000?
just an Emax bounty. So if
I got it all. I got the motors, got the antenna, the Magnum stack, so I should get all 3 of the things if I win. So that's what we'll shoot for.
Well, sounds like you're shooing, man. Sounds like you're gonna make it.
I wouldn't say I'd make it, but I'm gonna give it a good shot.
You're gonna give it a good shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it all I got. So leave it all on the track, right?
Awesome, man. Awesome. One more thing. So do you have any like lucky charms, anything like a lucky shirt, lucky hat, lucky socks, something that you wear that, I always wear this when I win. So you gotta wear.
Yeah. I got it's too cold right now, but I got my Falcon shirt on under here. This baby's very lucky. And I usually always like to call my girl the night before, and we kind of talk about some few things, and she calms me down. I always get the, jitters and nerves, and she kind of
Love you, baby.
me. Yeah. Love you, Kara.
You gotta give a shout out to the girls. Kalara, I love you too. It's not it kind of sounded like the same. Kara, that's your wife's name?
Kara.
Wow.
Your girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Hey, well, you never know, man. If you win here,
She's waiting.
she's waiting. Well, that's good. You
So that's why I got to win this, drone race.
You gotta win it for her, man. He's gonna win it for you. So
it.
that's awesome, man. Well, hey, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, and hope to see you in the top 16, man.
Sounds great. Thanks, Frank.
All right, bro. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the live tent, and we are here today with none other than Mr. Fat Shark Grant. How do you say your last name, Grant?
Martin. Grant Martin. Hi, Frank. Hey, how are you? How are you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself? How's everything?
Good. This is great. We're really happy to be here. It's been a lot of fun.
Are you enjoying the races so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to be racing and having like giant Harrier jets fly by. Kind of annoying at the same time too, but I mean, we're in really good company, so it's great.
Yeah, as you can tell, I love my goggles.
Yeah, what are those, V3s?
These are V2s.
V2s with like a Furious or LaForge module on there?
Furious? Who's that? What is a Furious? I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Yeah, this is the LaForge with the nice little plastic doors.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Good.
So
have you tried the OLED module yet? By the way, Fat Shark just came out with an OLED module. It's solid. It's really good. It's not diversity, but it works natively with all the headsets.
No, I have not. Oh my, it's so bright out here. I have not tried it. I've really just had the LaForge on there for a while now, so it's just,
Hype train, right?
Yeah, it's definitely something along the lines of a train. Right.
No,
well,
it's all right. I realize
but
the importance of diversity too. I mean,
I really haven't been flying as much, and I really haven't had the chance to use the goggles as much lately, just because we've been doing so much, being at all the races, being at the International Open. So, with the innovation and the way things are going, I mean, you guys are the ones. You guys are the innovators, and so
we're trying. I mean, I think the Dominator HD3s are about a year old at this point. We launched them in September 2016. And I think people are starting to get comfortable with them at this point. They're getting pretty popular. Most guys I see out here are racing with HD3s.
Right.
After that, maybe V3s after that. But yeah, people seem to like them.
So is there anything new on the on the product line for Fat Shark? What are you guys doing for the future?
Yeah, of course. I mean, in terms of like Pro Pilot goggles, we got a couple things coming. We just relaunched the Transformer bundle last week. So the Transformer is like the super immersive, like VR style goggle headset,
Right.
which like is good for like new people or people who like the ultra wide field of view. So we just launched the SE, which is the special edition, which has everything you need in the kit. So it's got the antennas, it's got the battery, everything you need. Just open it up, crank it out, and start flying.
And you can actually like pop this out, right?
Oh yeah, all right. So it's a ground station too. I mean, you pop this off and it's ground station here.
Yeah, this is
Just
awesome.
leave the
I
battery
love
plugged
this
in.
because you can just, if you don't want to just have the goggles on your face, or maybe it's like really hot, and you can just show people that are near you what's going on.
Well, yeah, a lot of people use it for, if somebody comes and watches them fly, they're like, hey, just use this while I fly. But I've seen a lot of pilots out here just carrying these transformer monitors around as ground stations too.
And so those are your newest line of goggles right there, basically.
Well, so these are pretty much the newest like box goggles we have, and they're more for entry-level people or people who just want to have like everything built in, ready to fly, and just ready to go out the side of the box. Super simple, because like a lot of people don't want to buy modules, antennas, everything else.
Of course not. Yeah, you just want it to work, right?
But we've got a couple other things. I think you may have heard about the Base HD, which is the digital-only goggle.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of like let that leak. It's almost a year ago at this point, but that's just about ready. It's about to come off the production line right now, and it's only for like the purists, the people who want to do like ultra high quality HD stuff. And it uses this thing called an LCOS chip. So inside of those, you've got an LCD chip, which is just like super basic LCD.
Sorry, but I got to put on my Fat Shark glasses now.
But the Base HD uses like this new imaging technology, which is like projects the image in there. It's really sharp, but it's HD, HDMI only. So you have to fly HDMI.
Okay, and so what is it exactly that you do at Fat Shark? Are you an engineer? Are you working with R&D?
Yes. No, all of the above. Primarily, I do events and marketing. So my background is in engineering, and I did primarily product before I got to Fat Shark. But I did a lot of product marketing and product management, and so here at Fat Shark, it's a lot of marketing, events, and then tracking products, making sure that the products fit with what you guys want, and then getting them over to the States, making sure that they're properly in channels and like getting them out in the field.
And so being an engineer and knowing the technical side of things.
Well, I'm not a double E, right? I'm a materials engineer. So like my expertise in engineering is like high resolution microscopes. Yeah.
Okay.
But
well,
like
it's more of just like a general industry question, I think. So like Well, how do you feel about 5.8 and digital? Do you think it's going to be something that we're going to go more into digital, or we're going to kind of stick around with 5.8 a little bit longer analog?
See, this is the thing, because Connex showed up, and it was great. I mean, and like if you fly with the Base HD, this new headset coming out, and the Connex, it's unparalleled. It's beautiful,
Right.
but it's got to work all the time. And I think they had a good chance, and a few pilots flew with it, and it was 99% there, and the 1% of the time when it failed, it just failed, and people did not like that. And between that and the cost, which is a little bit more expensive, it just never got full traction. But some people are using it. I mean, am I allowed to say DCL on this feed?
Sure, you can say whatever you want, as long as it's not DSX. I got choked up a little bit.
So these guys in Germany, I think, they're running the DCL League. It was in Paris, a few other places. They require everybody to run Connex, and it's been great for broadcast, right? But also the pilots are sick tearing their hair out sometimes when they get dropouts and they crash into a wall, and it's been tough for them. So once that gets a little bit better, I think people will move over. But you guys got to win races, right? And it has to work 100% of the time.
Yes.
And right now it's 99%.
Yeah, right. You'd rather have a little bit of breakup than
for sure.
digital hits and blue screen.
I mean, and Connex is reconciling a lot of that. MMON is reconciling a lot of that with newer firmwares, etc. I think once they resolve that, once they get the cost down a little bit, once they get more stuff out there deployed, it should improve a lot. But you could also use the base HD with all those phantoms, the DJI stuff, because those all have HDMI out in the back too.
Right.
So anything you can plug an HDMI feed into, it's really good for that.
But the base HD is just for digital, so you're only going to plug in HDMI.
Can't do
no
any
analog.
no analog input.
So you guys are kind of preparing for kind of a digital shift somehow, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you can do HDMI in with the HD3 as well, but the core imaging technology, that LCOS panel in the base HD is just way better than an LCD.
Right, okay.
And the real good question is, what's the next best headset coming out that can do analog and the HD stuff as well? And the answer to that is pass. But we will, I think we're addressing that real soon.
Well, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I think you've definitely innovated the sport and the industry and goggles and how we view these races and how we view flying in our drones. Because without this, obviously we'd be wearing some big styrofoam headsets and not knowing what the heck we were doing. So,
right. No, appreciate that. I mean, we just want to listen to you guys too. I mean, that's why we're out here. That's why Greg comes to a lot of these races, because we want to see what the pain points are, and you guys complain a ton on RC groups and everywhere else, and that's good. It's important because then we know what's wrong.
Hey, don't put me in that batch, all right?
No, seriously.
I don't complain at all, man. All right?
It's good. Well, actually, I've had so many people show up and they're like, I only want 16:9 in the future. And then all these people are like, I only want 4:3 in the future. You're screwing it up. And I'm
it's weird, you got to just do what you like and don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
But we're out there, we're listening, and we appreciate you guys too. Thanks
thank you guys for, being an awesome partner and, helping the sport of drone racing just keep growing, man.
It's been a lot of fun, Frank. Let's keep doing this.
I'm down, man. Whenever you need me, man, just give me a call. I'm here.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, man.
See you.
All right, guys. Yeah, you can come out this way.
I'm Reese. I edit videos for MultiGP. I'm Zach. We're here at the MultiGP 2017 Reno Nationals.
These pilots behind me are the UTT and the list qualifiers. That means they qualified on the top times on the universal time trials, where universally they could set these tracks up anywhere in the world and compete to try to qualify for this here event. Everyone's scrambling to get their gear back together after these gnarly crashes, because this is unforgiving tarmac. When their blades are hitting this, they're flying off in pieces.
I want to honorary name this track the Carbon Grinder, because that's what it looks like it's gonna do.
Earlier I did an interview and they were asking about how I felt about the championship. I was damn right. This is gonna be one of the hardest tracks that's ever been done.
And we're back at the Live 10, guys. What's up here at the 2017 MultiGP National Championship in beautiful Reno, Nevada. I'm sitting here with Steve Petrato from Champaign, Illinois.
What's up, man?
Brand manager for Horizon.
Yep.
And you also run Team Spectrum.
That's correct, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on right now. Any new products? What do you have in your hand here?
Well, actually, I brought the Inductrix Plus, the new. We just announced this last week, and just been kind of letting guys fly it and having a good time here, flying it around. So this is kind of a little bit bigger Inductrix, as you can see, but it's got 8mm motors. It's got our flight control system in there, so you get what we call meow mode, or what you guys probably call turtle mode.
Right.
So you can flip back over now.
Everybody has a different name for it.
Well, we didn't want to copy the open source community on that, but we took the idea and ran with it in our software and made it work on a brushed quad, where really no one has done that really yet. So it's got extra FETs and stuff in there to support that functionality. Okay. But the ability to flip over is, you think it's cool, but until you do it, it's even better.
So this is an Inductrix, or it's a different type of Inductrix?
Yeah, so the Inductrix frame, or like the Tiny Whoop frame, is a little smaller than this, right? Okay. It's 6mm motors. I believe, I forget the millimeter to millimeter dimensions, but it's about a third smaller than this. Okay, right. If you held them side by side, it's a little bigger, but as you can see, it's not really terrible. Right. It's really large, but still a great camera, lightweight as heck. We added LEDs to it, so you got a little minor LED in the back. You've got the ability to change your color and everything in there. So really nice setup.
And so it's basically a little bit of a larger Inductrix, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to get more power in the platform, and there's really no way to do that on a 6mm frame size. So going to 8mm motors really gives us a ton more power. So you have a lot more vertical performance, the ability to do the meow mode, which doesn't really work on a 6mm power setup.
I think you guys have done that a few times. The props are pretty banged up right
Yeah, well, this one has been through all the videos and everything else. As you can see, it's still in one piece. But yeah, we've been letting guys try the meow mode here, and it's been a blast. I mean, we've actually tried to do meow around the entire Reno event, so we've done it off of airplanes and everywhere. No, so there should be a video here soon enough for that.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
And so, do you guys have any team pilots here in the races today?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of guys fly for us here. We've got Jet, Thayer, let's see who, Dolma. Gosh, there's so many guys here. Let's see, who am I forgetting? Oh, Drobot Racer. Yeah, and there's a lot of guys flying Spectrum that aren't on the team as of now. So we're always looking for new team pilots. We're kind of at a cap right now. Yeah, we're kind of at a cap right now. We actually have about 30 guys on Team Spectrum, which is quite a lot for a FPV team. So we're looking at that, maybe possibly expanding next year, but doing well as a brand, as a company. Horizon's a huge name in this industry. And it's kind of fun to be a part of the process. Fun to be a sponsor of you guys at MultiGP, and we'll continue.
We love you guys. We appreciate everything you guys do. And if you guys out there don't know, Steve and Horizon are at all of the MultiGP events. They're always supporting every race, and I mean, they're just one of the biggest supporters of MultiGP. If it wasn't for them, I don't think we'd be here today. So we definitely want to thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And we always appreciate everything you guys do for us. Some of the volunteers at the I.O. probably got their swag bags full of stuff, and thanks to this guy right here, because that was all.
We
all
Horizon. Quite a few toys to play with.
Man, it was just amazing. I looked and I was like, oh, there's so much stuff in there. So it was awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And let me tell you something, everybody appreciated it. Everybody loved it. The guys, they were just talking about it for days. So
good
that's definitely one of the things that people recognize, and they'll remember that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this community is interesting because you've got a group of guys that aren't necessarily long-term hobbyists, where Horizon's been in the game for 30 plus years. And a lot of, who's Horizon? Well, Horizon Spectrum, it's Blade, this stuff, it's E-Flight, it's all balsa airplanes, foam airplanes, that kind of stuff, boats, cars, everything you can think of is what Horizon does. So we may be prevalent in this community through Spectrum and just the Horizon name sponsorships, but we have a huge showing in the RC field. So.
And you actually fly yourself?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've been flying for since I was 13. I'm 29 now, so I fly. Yeah, I race. I'm nowhere near the level of these guys at this point. I thought I could keep up, but it's just not possible when you actually work in the industry. So you don't get to fly as much as you think you would. But I'm pretty competitive on the wing side, so that's what I enjoy now. So hopefully we can get
to fly your wing in the International Open.
Yeah, I took second there, so that was fun.
You also took another
second in the third in the micro class and the little micro drone stuff.
You cleaned up pretty good.
I did pretty well over there. It was pretty fun. Got some nice fancy trophies out of it, so it was good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I love flying, and if it wasn't for me staying, current in this, I couldn't do what I do. I couldn't run the team. I wouldn't know what's going on. So when you have a marketing guy in a big company and they don't actually use the product or in the community, you don't get the same output. So for me being in this, Derek is here too. Derek's an associate brand manager. He's standing over there, but he works for me under Blade, and he started a year ago and is pretty darn competitive now. And guy never flew anything until he started with Horizon.
So I've heard a lot of things going on with Spectrum as well, and what are the new things that that you guys have been doing lately? So
Spectrum is really trying to take a hard look at this community. Our radio systems are used in helicopters, airplanes, jets, FPV. So we struggle to really cater in one specific spot. This community requires a whole different set of rules when it comes to what we need to provide. So we're working on radios that are specific for this community. We're working on improving our protocols so that we don't have any concerns with that. So I think in this next coming year, I actually will be taking over Spectrum marketing. So as well as what I do for Blade and the team. So it's going to be a lot of my input in the brand, and I think that'll help out a lot. But I know that the engineers are really excited to work and try to improve our presence here. So.
I mean, it's a pretty popular radio amongst quad pilots.
Absolutely, that's for sure. Yeah. So trying to make it always better and get that cost down so these guys can play a little bit more with it. So.
And so how did you guys get out here? Did you fly? Did you drive?
I flew here, just commercial, boring, but we're hanging out downtown, doing pretty well at the craps table, so that's good.
Nice. Yeah, I think I saw you there.
You probably did.
You were not doing too bad, so that's good. I might have to go and stand by you and learn a little thing.
Yeah, I can teach you a few things. Yeah, Derek went up $100. I taught him the game last night, so it's good.
Yeah, I think I just slide by the craps table, throw like $10 up there, and if I lose, I just leave. If I win, I leave anyway. I'm just like, hey, I win. Either way. So so I really appreciate you coming up here, man. I really appreciate you being here and actually supporting, because a lot of guys be like, oh yeah, we're gonna sponsor this, and they don't even come to the event.
Right.
And I know you get your hands dirty. You don't just come in here to sit around and watch people work. This guy helps out. This guy gets his hands dirty, and he's in the mix. So if you're out there, make sure you check out Horizon. Make sure you get yourself and Inductrix, because I know everybody's got those things now. Check out their new stuff, and just support the guys that are supporting you. So,
thanks, guys.
Thanks,
much
Steve.
appreciated, man.
No worries, man. You have a good one.
All right. See you.
Cool. I don't know about that. You gotta scooch down. Yeah, come on, get down. Get low with me.
Well, I'll get down, but you get down, dude. I wish I had my sunglasses like that. You got any sunglasses, Andy? Dude, we're like party rock right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You ever watch the music videos?
That's party rock.
There we are. Here we go.
Every day I'm hustling.
Wait, hold on. Try it again. Ready?
All right, let's go.
Every day I'm hustling. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hold on, let's make sure we're live. So we're good, right?
Make sure we're live.
Yeah. Well, he's got to give me the signal. So I never cut. The guys on the live stream, we're working with one of the best guys in the business right now. This guy's just killing it for us, knocking it out of the parks, cutting it over to Scully, cutting it over to me on the crane, cutting it over, just doing everything. It's just amazing. Adrian's the man, and we really want to give a big shout out to him and thank him for that. So
yeah, Adrian. I mean, it's really cool. It's a team of Sela. Shannon, I don't know. Shannon is a guy, and that's a female name, and he's kind of like the mother hen of all the Sela crew. And he wants to make sure that Adrian got here and arrived, and then they brought David as well in from the team. And man, I mean, they did not do live stream stuff. They're just like, what do we need for this event to happen? And they've been, boom, running cables, testing, tweaking. And I mean, as we may have seen behind the scenes, this thing has been plagued with tech issues and weather issues and that. And we're cooking with grease now. And there's so many positives, but I mean the Sela guys and Adrian, I mean we're so glad to have them with us, and just the work ethic of everyone that is here representing MultiGP and putting this event on behind the scenes is just paramount. It exceeds any sort of expectations you'd ever expect.
And you're killing yourself, by the way, man. You're up there just every day. Every day I'm hustling.
Every day I'm hustling. Put them sunglasses back on. You know, it's been a crazy ride. Now, obviously, we all know that our founder and CEO Chris Thomas was stuck in Florida, and he knew that he wasn't going to be here in Reno, at least for the start of the event, and was going to try his best, as we like to say, to work his way here before the championship. And you know, it took a little more planning and stuff like that, but basically, yeah, we had to put on the event. Now for me, I have my own production company. In addition to that, I'm a full-time employee. I'm the EVP of race production for MultiGP. For me, what we're doing here is really, it's just another day. I could tell you horror stories, and I could tell you success stories, but you know, with this event, the magnitude of this event has just been an absolute insane endeavor to pull off. And it's just the issues that we've hit, and just how our team, like our core team, the dream team, a MultiGP team, how we don't care what your role is. And I was just at a couple events recently, and I even said it, I was there with Chris, and I just wanted to slap him, like, listen, this is our ethic. And people are like, this is my job, man. I am here to do X. You know, I'm this guy. On our team, it didn't matter, from stitching the net to building this to hunkering this down to putting out the fires. It's taken a team and an army, and I'm excited, man. When we finished Series 60 earlier today, I come off the stage just shaking, because I'm like, that's what it should have been like Wednesday if it weren't for all the issues that we've had to overcome together as a community. I mean, all our pilots and sponsors and so forth.
You gotta get a little lower, man. You're still.
Really?
Yeah, come on.
Come
right?
on, man.
A little,
all right, I'm good. I'm
go.
good. Yeah.
Now we're good. So what else is going on? Why are you up here? Why are you in the live stream? Give me something good. What's going on? Tell me, Scully.
Well, actually, I'm just chilling. So that is what I'm doing. I put in a lot of late hours. In fact, last night, Nelson and I were in the hotel, and we put the DVR reviews up on the big screen, and he literally fell asleep doing DVR reviews last night. So we were like gassed. Like we got up, we recovered, we ran an epic championship, I think, for Series 60. It was just awesome watching right there.
I think only like 3 guys got stuck in the net.
Yeah, I mean, very few got stuck in the net, and I mean, blade to blade. I mean, you got the Chief, Lance FPV, and I can't remember the third guy who was in their heat, but of the 3 heats, each one got first, you know, and they all battled out of the front. That was just heat 5, and it was ironic, or, you know, just kind of random how they got paired up together. But that there's no quad retrievals, and it was just heat after heat after heat after heat. And I'm just chilling, because we're about to load up the Fast56, and that's what we're expecting here. We are racing against the sun. Right now, we're doing the catch-up with the UTT 60 and the list pilots who flew the wrong course. And so we are giving them an X amount of packs to fly on the course so they get caught up. And so at the end of this, well, before we started this make good for the 13 advancing from UTT 60 and the list, you had everyone advancing from Series 60 from this morning. That's a noob who won it, and the other 13 pilots. They had 4 packs of practice, 3 in competition. And the finalists, who we just had practicing all afternoon, all 28 of them, they got 7 packs of practice. UTT 60 had 4 laps of practice, 3 competition, but the course was wrong. So we're giving them X packs. So once we get ready to start, pretty much everyone's had the same amount of packs on that track in the right direction. And it's gonna be some great racing, but we gotta push against that sun. We'd have a little bit of breathing room that we can push, like maybe the championship or last round of this to tomorrow morning. It's not really an option, but we're gonna race. If we can cook like we did Series 60, I'm gonna be at Denny's before it's time to get a beer.
So the real story here, I guess, would be that you've got some of the old guys. I guess it would be Zach and Jordan, who took the top TQ in their the Series 60 and the UTT 60. But then the little guys came out here and started rocking it out on 5 laps, just killing it. Like, no practice, just 5 laps. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, Heads Up FPV was the first one to pick up that line and punt it out of this cage. You know what I mean? He was the first one to get the 5. And then I think right now we have 10 pilots that hit the 5, but Evan was like a little bit later through the round. I mean, it was his first pack, and yeah, he got the 5 in. And yeah, and it's the young guns. I mean, the one heat, you had Zero, you had Evan, Heads Up, and dang, Drobot Racer, the 3 of them, Drobot, all in the same heat. And then at the other end, you had like, I don't know, some older dudes. I'm like, come on, you got to do this for the middle-aged guys. I mean, but you got your OGs, and it's going to be interesting to see, really, because I've been watching everyone practice, and I've been watching this competition up to this point. And some really, really fast pilots, like Envy Astro, super fast. I watched him, like, I don't think he finished 2 of his 4 practices. Beast Mode finished 1 of his 4 practices. They're pushing so hard here in practice. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to, you know, push on.
Well, they've had all this pent-up energy. They've been watching these guys fly for 2 days, and have been dying to get out on that course, so they just went out there and ripped it.
And it is Reno, it is the state of Nevada, so of course there is always a little bit of dance with lady luck and, you know, pushing your luck, risk and reward. And what's really funny is when we were competing this morning in the Sirius 60, a noob who won it, he had 2 rounds where he almost got his 5 in. Right. The last one he missed it by 0.180 for getting the 5th lap in from the buzzer beater. And he almost got to the first round, but then he crashed out on the 4th lap in the 2nd round. So he was like flying, and he was like, it was risk, you know. He could have gotten the 5, but he needed to get the 4, he'd be done. And he 0.18. So, you know, he almost was our first guy to 5. So it's going to be like, you're going to see some young guns, you're going to see some OGs. The OGs are holding their own, let's be honest. Yep. And the Fast56, I mean, there's 55 pilots that really can clean up here, and I can't wait to get into it.
So just real quick, so we can all understand this, the Fast56, it's going to be a double elimination, or is it time? Can you explain this real quick?
It's time. This is where we get to take a breath. We don't have to do math, even though we were able to really stay on top of it earlier, because the Series 60 and the UTT 60 / the list, it was your best 2 out of 3 rounds, right? So that's where we were talking about you need a pair of 4s, you need a pair of 4s. But when we go to this Fast 56, it is your laps and time, from the tone to the checkered, and so that's where you want to be in that top 16. Right now, that is just on the cusp of 5 laps. There's 10 pilots with, I haven't seen these other guys practice yet, but there's 10 pilots so far today that have been able to get the 5 in, 10 or 11. We're only taking 16. So it's basically get to 5 to stay alive if you want a chance to be in our top 16 tomorrow.
That is really insane. So
and it's your fastest one, right?
Only 10 guys right now out of 54 are hitting that 5.
10, no, that have practiced to that level.
Right.
As soon as we go green, it's a clean slate. And top 16 will advance. And we're giving them 3 rounds. And it's their best 1 combined time to advance. Same as we did last year. There's very few changes from what we have done here, the MultiGP National Championships, from last year, this year. And as you know, our team has really taken over. And other than the finalists, all these others, Sirius 60, UTT 60, the list, they all flew 3 times more than they did if they got eliminated than what they did last year. They got like 2 packs last year. Their competition, they're done. I mean, we got them twice. You know, we got them those 2 extra packs, and we're really pushing on now with these guys. You know, and we're using 1 track. You know. Yeah. So it's, but the format remains the same as last year, no changes there. And that was the true for tomorrow, top 16 double elimination. That's the first time we ran that format. And, you know, I've been running that ever since, you know, Flight Fest West, East, Joe Null, the Barn Burner, Fat Shark Frenzy, Ready Made RC events up in Willard and even in Muncie. We love that double elimination format. We debuted it last year. It was such a success, and we know, just based on where we are in the schedule, what we've seen this weekend, and based on last year, it is going to be our best finals yet for watching. And I don't know who to bet on. Really, I don't know who to put the chips for or against, because this deck here of these 55 pilots is pretty stacked.
Yeah, Yeah, it's pretty serious. And I was just about to ask you, who would you put your money on if you had it? If you had to right now?
I've been having a lot of fun. Paul Atkins, he's our flight line director. He's walking back and forth. He's doing an outstanding job, just as he did at International Open. And we have these chips, and we just kind of set them on the ground in front of the guy that we're gonna bet on. And I mean, it's just all for fun. You know what I mean? Like, I just make my money on the blackjack tables, but you know, at the same time, I'm kind of in a race director role, so we're just doing it for fun. I'm not going to bet money on it. And you know, you also got to remember, this is MultiGP, and as someone running an event, I just want the pilots to fly as much as they can and for it to be fair. And you know, we crack a lot of jokes, but I don't really want to. I don't want to have anything happen. If there's a call that has to be made from my podium, I don't want it to be for the guy that I have money on or against, right?
Well, it's just a friendly bet. It's not a real bet. We're not really betting. It's funny money. It's not real.
Well,
so.
I mean, I have people I'd love to see win. I mean, anyone I'd love to see win. But I mean, I have guys I'd love to see win, like Provo. I'd love to see that because I'm all about the storyline. And I don't know if you watch TRL. They did a feature on him. He supported his wife, you know, through her business, and she has a very successful startup. Now she's supporting him, and he's drone racing professionally. And he's like old Provo from Utah. He came here with twice as many quads as anyone else, 2 backpacks of quads, and he killed it. I thought he was going to be the first of 5. He finished 2nd overall in Sirius 60 to advance. So, I mean, and I'd love to see him win. Jordan Temkin, I'd love to see win. Last year, he was our reserve champion. And, you know, he's got those accolades, 2-time DRL world champion. I'd love to see him win. I mean, I wouldn't bet. I'm not rooting. I'd just love to see, you know, there's so many stories. What about one of the kids, you know? All of our marketing, you see all these pictures of Kane winning Sebring and Sean winning our national championship twice.
Thomas, BMS?
Yeah, well, he's a younger dude, right? But imagine, you know, imagine Drobot Racer, you know? He's like, you know, his dad's just helping him. He's like, he's having fun. The kids, can't call them kids because they're drone pilots. I mean, they are having fun out there. Just especially Heads Up is a pick. McGap, you know, he's fastest from Texas. He was a reserve champion versus Thomas Bitmana from Australia in the World Cup. McGap is freaking fast. He was the first guy to get the full 21 or whatever it was on the regional series, right? He got his, or 666, a full 18. He was the first guy to do that. You know, I think only 2 other pilots did in the entire MultiGP regional series. He's freaking fast. He was, you know, trading places with the guy that won World Cup. I watch him practice. He isn't too fast, but I think it's one of these things. We're playing a little hold'em, you know? Like, you know, I was looking at some of those 5-lap times. 5 laps, like 2:04 is what the fastest time is. And that's, I believe, Captain Vanover from practice. He is just 1.2 seconds a lap away from getting a 6. Can you imagine if we're talking about a 6 on this course? But I don't know. I'm thinking there's a little bit of hold'em. They're holding it back, right? You know, you don't want to go out there. As soon as that first 5-lap pace was put it down there by Heads Up FPV, then we saw it. But look who is so close to doing it. A-Noob. A-Noob was doing rolls between the gates.
Yeah, I think that last heat that he was in, that he just missed, it was like 0.101 milliseconds off or whatever it was. It's pretty insane.
I mean, you also got you know, Pizza, you know, one of my FPV chat guys, just out of nowhere. Exciting, you know, to see, you know, anyone's game inside of the Fast 56.
So what about? Tell us a little bit about these new launch pad stations that we're working with here, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty cool. So it's the Pro Launch Launchpad system, ProLaunchFPV.com. They come out of Idaho. They've only been around for about 3 months, and that's Devin and Brent, and they have sponsored these for MultiGP. And what it does, and we see it here on the line, is you have that channel lock, and that your LiPo goes in the bottom, right? And as you hold it there, you can actually spool up, and it holds your quad before takeoff. So as you spool up when you're ready, you just hit the throttle, boom, you're gone. It's like turning on a switch, whole shot every single time. We've been watching a line of sight the whole time, and when a guy spools up, he's got the whole shot. They're great. We released that about a month ago, that they're coming to the MultiGP National Championships. So then people went out, got the dimensions, built them, practiced them, and most of these people have that launch dialed in. But of course, they're excited to debut it here, so they've stepped it up from just the launch pad, which you can get from Thrust UAV for $35, they've actually made the entire podium. Of course, it has the MultiGP logo on it.
And it looks awesome. I think we have a special guest here. He's kind of messing with us right now.
He's
kinda,
trolling.
He's trolling us
Mr.
a little bit.
Troll himself.
Yeah, he is the number one. Why don't you come in and say hi to the live stream, young man? This is one of the fastest pilots in the country. He's competing for $25,000 today.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I made the Fast 54 just barely. I kept breaking my. I haven't even been racing here.
So yeah, if you guys don't know, this is Sean Night Fury Taylor.
Yeah.
I made it, guys.
Yeah.
I made it.
I've not been working out for a while.
He played a little bit, but you know, that's all right. Kind of wearing some cool glasses and dyed his hair blonde. So.
You know, actually, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris Thomas. I'm just I do MultiGP, and I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. We have had I do a lot of disaster work, and I was working in Houston, stuck working there, and then we had a hurricane hit in Florida. So I'm really happy to be here, spend time with my best friend in the whole wide world, Joe Scully, and my kind of okay friend here, Frank. It's exciting, man. I mean, the weather is beautiful. It couldn't be better. It's terribly hot in Florida, so to come here, I'm almost at the temperature where I need to wear a jacket. Almost, not quite.
Dude, I'm about ready to take mine off, so I'll trade
Rocking
you.
jackets all day, man. It gets pretty chilly here.
And we got airplanes everywhere in the backdrop, which is really awesome. There's you want me to hold this? Is that what you're asking for?
Go ahead.
You keep like shoving it in my face. We've got spectators here who are just like camping out, watching the race in this area where you can be in the middle of the course. And the pilots are just like clockwork going in and out. It looks like the only delay has been when people get stuck in the net, and there's a system now, right? It's rolling really good.
Yeah, but it's going pretty good. It's not too bad.
It got so bad that we almost killed Sean in the lift because we forgot there was a lift when we were cooking through the finalist practice, and then we're like, he's like, hey, don't do it. And he was right behind the gate. But yeah, the system is fast. They're in and out, and it's been cooking really well today. We've run a lot of heats today. We've had a lot of ground to make up, and we're looking great right now.
Well, the only thing that we've been missing is that when a pilot gets stuck in the net, they really haven't been getting shamed as much as they should be. So now that you're here, you can take over the shaming.
I definitely am able to make sure that pilots regret their actions.
Yes, please.
I apparently have built this track record of doing that, which I'm happy to help if you need any assistance as far as that goes. What's amazing here is that this is a very difficult venue to run a track. We had to build a netted cage, the largest drone cage that's ever been built in the entire world, right here. Built just on napkins and paper, right? Like calculations done by mad scientists are what have allowed this cage to get built. It was blown away already in a windstorm, right? Completely destroyed and repaired. We have a fixed deadline. There's been other events like this where there's a hard cutoff, like you can't go late. I can't remember which ones they were. But they were. It's happened in the past, and you guys have been able to overcome that. And not being here, it's great to see that our team is strong enough to be able to step up and do that. I'm really proud of the work that you guys are doing. So it's exciting to see Daniel trying to take a picture of me with a lens cap on his camera.
Yeah, the team really does a good job.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was, the directive that you gave us, because it wasn't like you were totally gone, directing from afar, is no matter what you do, our format doesn't change, And, I don't know if you've done the math yet, but we exceeded the amount of practice that UTT 60 and Sirius 60 had on the course, and we are running the program as we did last year, from the number of rounds to the advancing and to the top 16. So we were able to make up ground. We'd love to have seen more practice and stuff like that, but I think we're in great shape.
I feel like we're being tested, First of all, most importantly, the bullhorn broke. My bullhorn broke.
True.
Right away.
Truth.
The event should just close down, game over.
Yeah.
You persevered.
I lost so many Sharpies.
You lost some Sharpies. We had hurricanes, which prevented a lot of our team members from even being here.
Lightning storms all around
Lightning
here.
storms, wind storms, and
It rained in the desert.
looks like we're going to make it happen.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's
What's
true.
happening?
That's true.
What
I don't
is
know.
a different variable? What is so different about this event?
Well, I have no idea. I mean, this is just such a unique location, and just the weather has been the driving factor. And I don't know. it's a really cool course now that we've seen it flown a bunch of times. We all understand it. And the great thing are the spectators, you know. I love the Fat Shark tank in the center. They get the little kids to sit down. They'll let adults stand up to put on the goggles. But I've been walking out there, I call it like a rodeo clown, you know, on microphone and launching. So I walk up and see who's wearing it, and there's a kid right now putting them on. I breeze away, and you just see all these smiles. And, you know, and every chance I can, I grab, you know, people from in front of the stage, and I take them right out in the pier, right under Horizon Hobby. So the pilots go through the start gate, right over their heads. I was in there with an older couple, and I think they had their younger daughter with us. That's probably why I was like, hey, come here, come on over here. And I had them stand right in the zone as Drobot Racer slammed into the side of the start-finish gate, right into the top of the tent, and ejected his battery, which landed in a lift on the other side. It was the most epic thing ever, you know what I mean? And I went like this, and they were loving it. Like, I'm like, we just about died. You don't even know. But, you know, that whole experience, and...
But for the record, they wouldn't have died.
They wouldn't have died. There's netting. We tested it numerous times. It's been tested. We've flown a lot of quads into it. The netting on the pier and the tank are all like solid netting. You're not going to put a quad or parts through it. So, yeah. But I mean, it's such a great experience.
So to get back to it, the reason why this event has been successful, why many others have failed, is we have a solid team of people here. It's not just Joe Scully. It's definitely not me. I haven't been here. It's not just Frank. There's a huge group of people who they're passionate about drone racing. They believe in this cause, and they're working really hard, putting in whatever it takes to make this event happen. That's what's special about the MultiGP community to me, is that there's so many people here who this is what they love. It's what they do.
I mean, I really gotta, you know, I can't point out people, but I have to. 3:30 in the morning when we were retying down the cage after it blew in, and we are running the cable underneath the big loader machines. Jordan Temkin at 3:30 in the morning is on his hands and knees running the cable to us. Yo, I'm just trying to make the event happen. And I'm like, dude, I'm like hugging him to pick him up. You know what I mean? And Harrison Gale, I don't know how he is not red as the MultiGP jerseys. Harrison Gale has spent more time in that lift helping Mike up top. I mean, the pilots have been amazing. The volunteers, pilots are becoming volunteers, and just so much. Everyone wants to persevere at this event. You know, no one's
put together the Fat Shark tank. I mean, everybody put a hand in, man. Some of the best pilots in the country, and they're here getting their hands dirty. And even partners and sponsors are out there just getting their hands dirty and making sure this event happens, man.
Austin Wright is like, you know, I high-fived him. He was at the tables last night, and next thing you know, he's like calling me from the back parking lot, ready to go to the event. You know, he's a silver level sponsor with Western Associates, who are outstanding. All of my new breathing Nike
those look good.
golf shirts. Yeah, I'm not a t-shirt guy, but thank you. These are golf shirts. They hooked me up, just me. Don't be hating. But Western Associates, that's Austin Wright. I mean, he's been one of our, you can't pick one volunteer, but one of our top volunteers. The last one here, first one back, you know, in the morning. Yeah, everyone's persevered to wanted this event to be, you know, awesome. I just say, you know, it hasn't been that awesome to this point, but when we started Series 60, round 1, heat 1, this event did get awesome.
I'm here now,
yeah,
so it's gonna be awesome now.
You were here after Series 60 was done, but no, it's good. Fast 56 is going to be outstanding, and we know that the top 16 is going to be outstanding tomorrow. So now it's starting to see, you know, the fruits of our labors, and I think everyone's excited.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see who makes that top 16. There's so many great pilots right now who are battling for that position. So it's not only skill at this point, it's a little bit of luck as well. You know, that to me is where it gets exciting. You see how much passion and effort is here, and you never know who's going to make that top 16.
You never know. There's always some wild cards, and there's always some heartbreak, man. There'll always be some that you'd be like, how are you not in? You know, today we had some DVR reviews, which were actually kind of exciting because we have like backwards yawing through gates. We almost had a second gate. I guess it'd be a third gate. Oh, I mean, it's been insane, but we're on top of it. We have the redundancy, the 2 timing systems, the multiple DVRs. We have the judges watching line of sight. They have their own DVR. But I mean, we're staying on top of it. But at the same time, I'm getting text messages, Facebook messages, and guys standing beside me. I'm like, yeah, I think this guy just moved in. You're out. You know, guys are on the bubble, the heartache, man. And it's like, you know, I just handing out some chips. You know, maybe Lady Luck will treat you better on the tables tonight. You know.
You know, I'm rooting for the Florida guys. You know, I'm rooting for my home team. You know what I mean? We got EM Drones and Fly Cooks. They're still in it, and they're, you know, good contenders to make it to the top 16. So I'm rooting for you guys, Florida baby. Come on, bring it home.
And don't forget Provo. We're all cheering for Provo.
Provo's our boy. That's the guy.
Awesome.
But he's not from Florida, so you know I can't. Sorry.
It's kind of the polar opposite, isn't it?
So it's about time to do some Fast 54. We're getting pretty close, right?
Hope so. I want to shut down this deal here. Let's get ready to go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, do we know who made it?
Hi, I'm Reese. I edit videos for MultiGP. I'm Zach. We're here at the MultiGP 2017 Reno Nationals.
These pilots behind me are the UTT and the list qualifiers. That means they qualified on the top times on the universal time trials, where universally they could set these tracks up anywhere in the world and compete to try to qualify for this here event. Everyone's scrambling to get their gear back together after these gnarly crashes, because this is unforgiving tarmac. When their blades are hitting this, they're flying off in pieces.
I want to honorary name this track the Carbon Grinder. That's what it looks like it's gonna do.
Earlier I did an interview and they were asking about how I felt about the championship. I was damn right. This is going to be one of the hardest tracks that's ever been done.
It is tight and technical. So I am going to be switching some props that I've been flying for technical courses like this. So I'm prepared.
Setup is sick, location is sick, everything's awesome, man. It's perfect.
This is an important part in the history of drone racing. It's an important part of MultiGP. We're now entering into the second regional series.
Ladies and gentlemen of the drone racing community, your wait is now over. The 2017 MultiGP regional finals have begun. Brevard Multirotor, Orlando Rotor Racers, and Volusia Wolfpack kicked things off this previous weekend with the first final in the country. The Region 2B finals saw 35 of Florida's fastest pilots who got a chance to take on a very technical regional finals track. And for some of these pilots, it was their second time around.
I'm here to win. I want to go to Reno. Got a lot of fast pilots here, and it looks like a good day of racing.
Flip mode FPV. I started with a Vortex 250, now I'm here.
Biggest competition, Mason, Abel, Fly Cooks, all those guys. This will be pretty fast dudes.
Hundreds of MultiGP pilots battled through 7 regional qualifiers to make it this far, including one of last year's regional winners, Abel Navahawk Amaguar. But a lot has changed in the last year, including some of the competition.
Flying my OAS Mod X. I've got a full KISS set up here and ready for some nice smooth flying today.
While Abel did earn one of the coveted positions in the national championships, he was pushed off the top spot by Chris Fly Kooks Bevan, who posted 3 rounds of 5 laps. They both qualified for the Fast 56 in Reno. Positions 3 through 6 are also going to Reno, although they'll have to fight their way into the finals. Those spots went to Elio, EM Drones Mela, Davis Drake, Tommy Pazzino, and Jake Dial-Up Lamb. This event was run smoothly and efficiently thanks to the professional help from Joe, the voice of MultiGP Scully. And a big shout out to our sponsors that made it all happen: Emax, Atmospheric Adventures, Horizon Hobby, OAS Hobby, Spectrum, and DreamX Drones. After this exhilarating day of MultiGP pilots crushing the regional finals course, one question still remains. Can anyone post 6 laps? The challenge is on. Be sure to stay tuned to MultiGP News and visit multigp.com for all of your updates and scheduling for the regional series. I'm Sean O'Sullivan with MultiGP News, and if it happens in FPV, MultiGP News will be there.
So if you can slide on out here. We are rolling with a pilot briefing inside of our course. It's going to be awesome.
63939361.
When was 9-1? 9-3?
That was the 14th and 15th, so that was yesterday, 2 days ago.
You
and
were
yesterday.
less at IO.
Yeah, I was. I was less at IO.
Ow! Oh, that's got to be good.
1, 2, 3.
It's live.
All right, we're going out.
One of the best pilots went backwards through the gate, sideways off the ground.
Just missed the pilot break.
I know, we had to resolder this shit.
Resolder?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's CT?
Checking out your rig.
I gotta make sure it's straight. It's weird because it's like a little crooked, but then I have to put the thing crooked so that it's straight.
Yeah.
So I don't really know which way. Whoa, camera battle, camera battle.
You guys got the move.
Yeah.
You got the move.
You got the move.
You got the move.
You got no, you got the move, bro.
Harrison does.
Whoa, what's up? What's up? Say hello to all the people on the live stream.
What's up, live stream? Hey, MultiGP
That's
2017 Nationals. Hey.
So what's up? Tell us who we talking to here.
I'm Kelvin Lamb. What's up? XDSA. How's it going?
Oh, okay, that's it. Shut it down. Shut it down. Boom, boom.
That's all right, though. It's all about S-Class.
Let's go, H.
S-Class now, buddy. S-Class. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to get
And what about this guy over here?
Fast 56 LV.
Fast 56 up in the house. What's up,
Just
man?
not so fast this year.
Not so fast.
What a journey
Not
it
so
has
fast,
been
but you're
this
still here representing.
2017 MultiGP Drone Racing Championship
Yeah,
Week.
man. This is what's up.
Feels like a
You
month.
said some bad
But we
words.
started this
Right.
journey.
Oh, come on,
And we
man.
fought the
3
remnants
words,
of
bad letters, and
DSA, come on. I saw the shirt with a Sharpie, D, and yes, cross out the SA. Who did that? Whose idea was that?
I think 10 people just jumped off the live stream.
2018
It's all good,
Drone
it's all
World.
good.
Don't forget now.
Oh,
Just play.
man.
Just play. Just play.
Buy your tickets now. And you're going to Drone Nationals.
You're just joining us. Welcome to
Look at that, teal drone.
147 pilots have been qualified
Nice.
across America.
Oh, look at the run cam, Mr. Steele.
They all flown 7 to 10 times in that field
Wow.
from 3 different classes.
It's like an iPhone for the sky.
It's
pretty awesome.
Very nice packaging as well.
Sure is.
The second last
Sure is some good stuff.
That's why the FAA is on top of us. Stealth-looking drone spies like
Keep it
that.
simple for you as we're a little late.
Oh, you got a live jack.
For your fastest 1 round. We get 3 kicks at the cat.
We got audio now. We got camera. Who's this guy? Who is this right here? Who are you? What's your name? What are you doing here? Hitting 5 laps like it's nothing. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I hope I get another 5 laps.
Yeah?
That would be nice. That should put me for sure on that top 16 spot. That's what I'm hoping. Top 16. Top 15 for tomorrow.
Top 16. Don't you want number 1?
Hey, that would be nice too. I believe I got number 1 during practice.
I'm gonna take about 16. We've talked about some of these names behind the scenes. We've looked at some of the stats and the figures.
Yeah, I think
we
I
will tell you the story of
If I
that
felt like I
journey
did during
over
practice,
the
I should have get in
evening.
first
But
place.
now
I
it's
think I
time to
believe I
go
got the
hot
top
with Heat
time
1, round 1.
56. Who among you is ready to do some drone racing this evening? Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Go Tone, say hello to Rocky Mountain RC, Pizza, H, Falcon X, and Beaupre. We have split them all up. We're going to run 5 here in this one. And a whole shot on this one. Going to go to... How is that even possible?
How are we going to do this?
Do we have to talk to the computer?
Oh, no. On the...
No, we'll DVR it. We'll DVR it. Hey, I'm the race director. I will say we'll go DVR. We'll go DVR. Don't stop the race. Don't stop the race. We're 30 seconds in, 90 seconds still to go as they start to drop here. Looks like we lost Pizza a little early as we keep pushing on. Everyone getting loosey-goosey. They practice so much, and now they are starting to get a little loosey-goosey here in the field as we look to our field Falcon X in that tunnel on the backside, just like he is Moving on up, he is your leader. Looks like Rocky Mountain RC in the number 2 spot, and Teal Jones working up in the number 1 spot as well, up into that top 3. As we look to our clock here, we're a minute in, a minute still to go. Beaupre doing his thing. Everything's going to be okay as we get ready to keep pushing on. Still rolling, 30 seconds still to go. Watching our field here. Falcon X leading by our Fat Shark tank right behind Rocky Mountain RC. Beaupre is right with them. Rocky Mountain RC, then Falcon X, then Beaupre. 1, 2, 3 with 20 seconds remaining here on the master race clock. H is up onto that lead lap as well, I believe. Another 15 seconds to go. We started with 5. We're down to just 3. And we get set to rock out with it all out here and wave our checkered flag at our MultiGP National Championship gate. The checkered is coming out now. When you cross over, you're done. Ooh, Falcon X, 28-2 on his last one. That was a great start for him. That was a hot lap, as we'll get the official lap counts from our judges. Looking at everyone crashing down to the nets. The checkered flag comes out for H as well. Very nice, very, very nice. That is it and all for round number 1. Stand by for official results rolling in.
Let's see if I can hand it off to Chris and see if we do a Chris CT cam.
Dang it, Frank.
Falcon X. Was that you crashing in the ground right there?
No, I don't crash.
What was that, like a 28? I heard 28.
No, I hit a like 2.014.
Really? 2.014. You were just barely making it.
It's tragic. I would have rather crashed.
Let's see it. Let's see the
Not
car.
really. She's still beautiful. She's still beautiful.
Still looking good.
It's because of that beautiful onbow, baby.
Ooh, onbow.
So we are laying those cards out on the table.
What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
To see you.
We're live streaming.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Looking
Going right on the live
Too
stream.
much pressure for me. I can't have. I can see myself.
Story about 5. Story about 5.
There he is.
We have 2 pilots, 3 pilots opposed to 4 laps in that session.
Some feet right here. Got MV Astro, K-Rod. Are you ready? Face? Face? This guy's gonna kick all your butts right now, bro. Straight up. Especially this guy.
Is that a quad on a clip? That's hilarious.
It's a quad. It's a clip quad. It's a clip quad. Yeah.
Dolma.
Connex clip quad. Andy. You got this, bro. Sure, man. Don't let these guys scare you. There's a bunch of babies. There's my little.
So 4 laps are the numbers here for Beaupre, Falcon XH. Rocky Mountain RC coming down on lap 4.
Who are we missing?
But we are looking for the top 16. You can get into the top 16 mathematically if you are
Andy.
16 to advance into tomorrow. That was our first heat.
Is it?
Of many to roll here.
It's pretty wide.
Next one.
It's pretty wide angle, so it like gets a lot. That's why I'm like trying to like. I'm doing the chicken gimbal right here. Where is he? I don't know. Maybe we should go. Maybe I should go rush him with the live cam over in the pits and see what he's doing. We're gonna go see if we can rile up Mr. Doma in the pits. It looks like he's not ready for the biggest competition of his life. There he is. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. We were gonna go mess with you. Look at this.
All these guys love me, that's why.
Dr. Pyro himself.
Ready on?
No.
Watch out!
Don't power
Ready
up.
on?
Don't power up.
Okay. Then I guess they were not ready.
We're waiting.
This heat is
Got a
stacked,
good
guys.
fight. No touching the hair or face.
We are stacked right here, man.
Wait. No touching the hair or face?
What are you listening to there, man? What are you listening
Let's get ready to green up heat number 2 here as we roll through our 10 heat program.
Nice, nice.
10 heat program.
See, that's what he does.
That's
why I'm gonna let you go first. So I can hit you.
Oh, that's what you want.
I like you guys, but this heat sucks.
This is like the heat of the day right here.
Here in just a moment.
You got some chips? What you got? Who you got?
I got.
I'm going FaZe. My money's on FaZe right now.
Power 'em up, guys.
Look at him.
My money's on you, bro. Don't let me down.
Really?
Don't let me down.
Got a chip on it? First place?
Okay. You're in for one? Okay. Let's go.
Oh, what? You got back up? Go. Hurry up, hurry up.
That quad
Let's
lit
go.
on fire when that plugged
Here we go. Action cam, action cam. That's how it is. Going to the back of quad.
Designing it like
That one lit on fire when I plugged
See
it
that?
in.
That's a real pilot right there. Backup quad ready to go. This break sponsored by Hobby Wing.
No, it was the cable got chopped.
Oh, excuses, excuses.
I'm going right, it's on then. Powers this quad up, smokes.
Just got
Down one,
smoked.
heat two. Yep. All right, power 'em up, guys. Let's go.
Let's hear that orchestra.
Let's get ready to grade up your next one, heat number 2.
Wow. Okay.
So far,
Locked.
we have one review that we need to do. TQ time is 4 laps 2:01 with Falcon X at the top of the board.
First I need to find my channel.
Yeah, buddy. We have shuffled them all up here, just getting everyone set, making sure that video is perfect. Because drone racing, that's a nickname. What it technically is first-person view racing. And if you haven't had a chance to slide on up here and check out our screens, see the video that the pilots control their quads by watching. And if you want to get the full first-person view experience, why don't you put on the Fat Shark goggles right in here? It's absolutely free. All you got to do is walk around to the white tent right underneath Horizon Hobby. But what I do recommend, if you have yet to do this, stop under Horizon Hobby until we go green on a heat. And feel the prop wash as 6 of 56 of the fastest pilots in America go racing over your head over 4 or 5 times a piece. That is part of the experience.
Come on,
They
FaZe,
slide
don't let
out
me
here,
down.
you watch the first person
Money's on you,
view on
bro.
the screen. You put on the goggles. We have goggles, the demo goggles, so you can see exactly what the pilot sees. With the experience, the immersive experience, by blocking everything out, you can also try the simulator out. Inside of our Fat Shark tank are thanks to Fat Shark RC Vision Systems, big parts of the game. That's your introduction from your right to your left. Dolma FPV in the 1. Then Inviestro. Then Jared. Then Are You Ready? Phased FPV. And our winner of Series 60, yellow props on the far left. That is A Noob. Formerly no longer a noob. Originally a noob. Zach there. Coming in hot. They are just double checking video. Looks like some video here in MV Astro. One of the things that we look for is the frequency group. We shuffle them all up. Usually in that format, we can find that things are good. We want to make sure that everyone can compete, even though they're competing against their own clock, meaning they're racing the clock on their own. Let's go green. Pilots, arm your quads. Stand by, stand by. First round is always the most fun round. I always stop. At this point in a championship, I can tell you that things are not looking good.
Hey.
Oh, we're armed.
Hey.
All right, leave it armed. Leave it armed.
Got it.
Just hearing some chatter on the radio about this. We always want to make sure that everyone has ample opportunity to get one in. Right now, chasing 4 laps at about 2:01. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races. Holy guy, great start as we're going to crash out right into Horizon Hobby.
Someone just went turtle mode.
That is going to be a noob. The one that we couldn't arm is crashed out on the floor, and well, his backup quad is going to have to become his primary quad and see if he can get it fixed. As we also have some issues here, some video issues for MV Astro. He was on the line complaining about video. It's not the best. Well, let's post those opening lap times. Let's talk about your leaders, Jared and Dolma, 1 and 2 with a 33.8 and a 34.8. Then Phased FPV with 39.4. They are 1, 2, 3. We are chasing on that clock 4 laps 2:01 at the top of the board. And holy, we are getting racing here as we get Are You Ready onto that lead lap. So far, looking at our numbers on the board, it looks to be about 5 pilots who have gotten 5 laps or 4 laps in here so far in this first round of qualification. Jared now on to lap number 3. He's got a 28.0. I watched him do a couple 28s in practice not too long ago. Dolma with a 31.1. He is in the number 2 spot on to lap number 3. Phased in 3rd. There's about 8 seconds separating first, second, and third here on the track as we keep pushing them on with your leader, Jared, working his way through that hurdle section, about to go from our left to our right onto lap number 4. We take him right there. Another 23.273. Is that right? As he goes already into that corkscrew section. That is the probably top 3 fastest lap on the track. So he is going for a 5, and he's got the time to do it. 20 seconds remaining on the clock as your leader comes around back on the backside of the Shark Tank and ready into corkscrew section number 2. 13 seconds left on the clock. 10 seconds left on the clock. Jared goes on to lap number 5 to raise that bar with a 27.0. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. It's a checkered flag at our start-finish gate. When you cross over it, you're definitely done. And Jared is now just going to float it on home, knowing 5 is the number that he needs to do. Keep on pushing him across our line as Jared, 5 laps, 2:19. Are you ready? 4 laps, 2:21. That is going to put Are You Ready up into about the number 5 spot. Jared, your leader, 5 laps, 2:19. You got Dolma getting 3 in the session, Phased with 2. A noob not having issues, and then we'll be looking at NV Astro. Some rough video on NV Astro, and NV Astro not getting caught on our RSSI timing system. So what that means, Team Turbo Mach, that he has a VTX or an antenna issue. His video was bad, but it was not strong enough to pick up on our reader. So you'll have to take a look at something like that. We are activating with all kinds of redundancy, so we will be able to hand score off the DVR. But if I'm NV Astro, I am fixing something on that quad. Video being bad, got no video, you got no timing.
What strategy, guys?
Shannon. Probably take the first one easy.
Take it easy, right? Take it easy first round?
Yeah.
You guys got this. Nice and easy.
There's no good way to measure all antennas the same way. I mean, they're kind of.
Let's see what the judges say. Okay. Okay.
No mid-air, Provo. Oh yeah, because I'm known for mid-air. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yours is different, huh?
All right, gentlemen, got this down.
It's number 1 on the sheets right now. It should be. So it's going to be 200 to flag. Let's get ready for your next one. Again, frequency groups. This is the first time these pilots have raced against each other.
Power down and power back on in your goggles. Check it out.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. It's really hard being yourself.
Championship level racing, man. This is where we're at. Look at this guy, ready. Quads arming, got a fresh battery, your goggles are good.
I can tell you that this is the perfect time for drone racing here tonight. So wind subsides, the sun starts to set. We call it the witching hour. We're still adjusting some video issues, so you're good. Oh, you're about to go goggles down, thumbs up. I like your style. I like your style. We'll get you your introductions. Seat 1, Flanders FPV. Comes in as a finalist. Nub working his way up through competing here today. FPV Provo, we saw in the Sirius 60, was 2nd overall in Sirius 60. We got the young gun that is Zero, won his regional championship. And I believe he was the first guy to get the 6 and 6 and 6, the full 18. Ranked in the top 3 in the nation rolling into our championship. And at the end, from California, this is Sky. It's Sky's turn to fly. We watched him compete in Sirius 60, I believe, this afternoon. And had some pretty good runs, and I believe Sky did get a 5-lap session. As we are chasing 5 laps, 2:19 is our TQ time. That's Jared at the top of the board as we get ready to launch them. The Fat Shark Zone, are you guys all right? You're ready for this? You might want to hold on to something because you're about to go for the ride of your life. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. There we are. There was a little rock and roll, but we are underway and off to the races. It's a race to 5 laps, and hopefully to finish this event in the top 16 to advance to tomorrow in our top 16. Flanders FPV with the whole shot when it all started, on board with him, and he is still making it happen right now. But your leader looks to be Nub coming in from our right to our left, seat number 2. That'll be a 30.9 for him. Flanders right behind him by 2 seconds. Then Sky running in 3rd. Zero in the number 4 spot. And here comes Provo playing it safe with a 40.0, and he's on lap number 2. We started with 5. We still have 5 alive, and we are racing, not heads up racing. We don't do that until tomorrow, but we are racing against the clock to be inside of our top 16. As we sit right now, we only have like 15 pilots that have gone through the course, so we have nothing to judge that on. I'm going to say about 4 laps, 2:25 is where you're going to need to be in our top 16 here at the end of round number 1. Nub onto lap number 3, then we go 3 seconds back to Sky, then we drop 6 seconds back, or 2.7 seconds back to Zero in the number 3 spot, then 2.7 seconds back to Provo. Not too much separating our fields right here as we are in the net with Flanders FPV coming in as a finalist. And, well, he gets 2 drops here in the Fast 56, and I know he will take it. There goes Nub across our line onto lap number 4. He is 9/10 away from a 5-lap pace and going to try and make it happen. Sky onto 4, Zero onto 4. There's 22 seconds remaining. That was a scooter as FPV Provo goes through and under the gate. Blank that lap.
Provo goes under the gate. To the best of my knowledge, we're going to blank that one, so we will give him 2 laps in 1:09. But pretty epic right there. That was the ding. 4 laps 2:01 is where they shut down Nub. It's a checkered when you cross over. 4 laps 2:05 for Sky. We're still landing, and now that's it. Let's retrieve some quads. So unofficially, 4 for Nub, 4 for Sky, 3 for Zero, 2 for Provo, 1 for Flanders. And Provo also false started. So even though that third one where he scooted across the ground isn't going to count, he also got a false start back on the line. So his 2-lap count is going to drop to 1. There's an aw shucks, but he's got 2 more rounds to go. Big story on this one is going to be Nub, 4 laps 2:01. That's good enough for second right now. Sky is going to jump up to 4th. Zero is in 5th overall. Flanders would have been in 6th. Zero would have been in 5th. We haven't hit the right button yet. I'm going to say that it's actually top 10 at the moment for Zero, just 10th or 11th. That is it in all for heat number 3.
What's that?
That's you.
Oh, hey, it's me, David. What's up, guys? We're hanging out right here in front of the stage. There's just people walking up, answering questions, trying to convince them to go out to the Shark Tank, sponsored by Fast Shark. It's right in the middle of the course. So it's pretty exciting. This is the opportunity to make the top 16. So guys are out here running their single fastest run. So it's their total run, total time. Top 16 will make it into the finals for tomorrow.
Do you have a controller?
Exciting.
No.
Going down.
Want me to get you a controller?
Good to see you, Chris.
Today. But this isn't a good idea.
Good to see you, man.
Have you flown before? Oh,
Go check out the Fat Shark tent.
We can go, we're going to do it for real. But on the simulator, it'll be okay. No qualms are destroyed in the maidening of her skills as a drone pilot. Oh, here we go. Now here's your controller. Here's what you need to do after he's done racing. Go in the middle of the Shark Tank. We have a simulator there. And I was orbiting around the tower. See if you can do it 3 times. That's my record. It's a lot of fun. Right on the same, it's absolutely free. It's a Fat Shark tent. It's right at the end of the Horizon Hobby
right here.
Texas crew.
Texas crew. What are you guys rooting for? What are you guys here for?
Right?
McGaff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Those guys are awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I'm rooting for McGaff
Let's
and
get ready to do
McMike.
this thing. I'll introduce him to you.
So Mike made it, right?
This is my buddy Cody.
No.
Oh, he didn't make the Fast 56.
Started good, but didn't quite make it.
It's a tough field.
It is.
It's a tough
Good
field.
racers here.
But I'm glad you guys are here, rooting on for the
family.
family. Yeah,
man.
that's awesome, man.
Did we lose freshness?
Well, good luck to you guys.
So we have flying things and Wilkie. FPV. Interesting strategy for Wilkie, but it's working so far. It's got him into the Fast 56. And here comes our last pilot. Stand by, pilots. You want to put your goggles on your head? Sometimes. This is number 4. We almost started without you. What happened, Freshness? If you didn't run like an astronaut, we would have totally started that race. But I totally saw him running like this. My race. I couldn't miss it. All right, Freshness. He's got that clean view, almost clean view, up on his controller. See what happens. Do you have video? You have 15 seconds to find it. Is your video in your pocket? Don't have your video over here on my pocket. Freshness, you good? All right, good, Freshness. I will see you at the cafe. You can buy my first one. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in lesson 5. Off to the races. Great shot on our live stream right there of the podiums, those Pro Launch FPV podiums. You saw almost everyone spooling up as we have our entire field here underway. This is their first round. They are chasing 5 laps, 2:19. Jared at the top of the board, and oh no, Ethan having a rough go of it, knife edging the side of the gate, and we would say you're doing it wrong. He was up in the lead as he watches the field go by him. Not a good sign right there. We're coming around hot in the second twisty section. Cody's going to be your leader, though, from our left to our right onto lap number 2. That was a pretty hot opener, 32.5, not the worst. And, well, we're just trying to get our 4 or 5 in and raise that bar from there. Freshness across the line with a 38.2. Flying Things with a 42.4. Wilkie FPV with a 43.6. And we're still pushing them across our line. There's Derico 140 with a 49.0. Only missing 1, starting with 6 down to 5 with your leader, Cody. Well into lap number 2, about to cross onto 3 from our left to our right onto lap number 3 we go. That was a 28.430. He is getting faster. Cody is ripping it, representing the Northwest. He is one of the top-seeded pilots in our game. Let's put everyone onto that lead lap. Freshness is on to lap number 3. We're going to go across next with my good buddy Flying Things onto lap number 3. Where's Wilkie? Come on home. Well, no. Wilkie with a lot of static on his screen. As we go with our leader, he just yawed around the Fat Shark tank. The prop wash you heard is our leader as he gets a little disorientated. And now it looks like we may put Freshness up in the lead. Freshness now your leader here onto lap number 4. Cody doing his thing as well, trying to catch up. Let's get her done. Clock is starting to tick down. 15 seconds until it's a checkered flag here at our MultiGP National Championship start finish gate. It's officially a 10 according to the live stream. Keep pushing on. Pilots don't quit, don't weaken. Cody is in the net on lap number 4. Not the trip that he was looking for. So I think in this one, the story is going to be Freshness. Freshness working his way on that back corner. Here he comes through by the tunnel. And it's a checkered flag for Derico 410. He is going to finish up a lap back off of the pack. 3 laps 2:13 for him. Freshness, you got it done. 4 laps 2:19. And they show us Flying Things still to finish up here. Flying Things around behind it. That was close to the Fat Shark tank, at least by my estimation. That is going to be a null. Flying Things 3 laps in 2:29 on that one. So a little aw shucks here in round number 1 for Cody going down on lap number 4. And Freshness with 4 laps 2:19. That is going to work for him. That moves him up into, I'm going to say, 6th right now. Freshness, you're done. I thought I did. Freshness, you're done. Did he just destroy his quad? He's all right. Freshness, you moved yourself up into the number 6 spot overall, 4 laps 2:19. And as I like to say, it's not the worst. Flying Things with 3 laps, you're about 14th. Derico 140, you're about 13th. Cody, 3 laps 137. That's pretty fast. You're in 12th. So far, just one pilot who has done 5 laps here in qualifying round number 1.
The Walkera 3D, and you know, it's just, yeah, it's an addiction.
Yes, it is.
Got,
yeah. What, 16 was it?
14. Yeah. And you're just sitting there in the goggles, you know, life is in the goggles now.
Yes,
come walking in the other night, you know, we drove over from Salt Lake and come walking in and 14 drones
on the flight deck.
What do you have 14 drones for?
Because you can't. Because you can't have too
only
many.
so big.
Yeah. There'd
Right.
be more if there was more room.
Right, it would have been 15. But,
Yeah, can't have too many toys. You know?
Yeah, this is cheap racing, so
There you go.
You got to have more.
Exactly. And now, I mean, there's a little course that just opened up here in Reno. They're doing Inductrix races now.
Yeah.
So I got to get up here to Reno and do some Inductrix flying.
Yeah, man.
Some
Well-
whoop flying. That's fun.
Well, maybe you'll be in the championship next year.
Yeah, probably not.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, that's all, man.
You guys want to come out to the Fat Shark Zone too? You can bring your chairs even. Seriously, you're more than welcome. Or you guys can check it out if you like. Let's slide out here. This is the Fat Shark Zone. It's a whole experience of drone racing, firsthand, powered by Fat Shark. Here at the far end, under the white tent. So the best part of this experience, my personal favorite, is right here. When we start this race, there are going to be 6 drones racing 80 miles an hour right at you, then over your head. As soon as we are done that, they're going to go on their course, and we'll invite you to work your way out to the center where they fly around you. You get to put goggles on and fly on a simulator right out there. These guys are talking here. You guys ready to have this happen? It's like going to the theme park, right? When you go to the theme park and you ride the log ride, next thing you know, you're on the bridge and you get the water spraying at you. That is what we're going to have right here. I'm going to have to use my other microphone to make this happen. I feel bad that we've really set this up. Okay, guys, are you about ready on this? All right. I will introduce them to you from the right to the left. Coming in as a finalist on podium number 2 is EM Drones. Podium number 3, seat number 3, 32 bits of gill, coming in as Sirius 60. Then we got C-Train coming in as a finalist. Heads Up FPV, which is seat number 5. I think is our second youngest, and he is one of our fastest as well on the overall ranking, the list. And Flycucks on the far seat, seat 6. We're ready inside of the Horizon Pier entrance, just waiting confirmation. All right, are you guys ready for this? Here we go. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Here they come and go up and over. That is exciting right there. 32 bits of gill, getting that whole shot to 30. Is see if he can hold them off the entire field around this big course as they go through corkscrew number 1 around to that backside straightaway. Here they go through the tunnel to the backside of the Fat Shark 1. Here they're going to come again, guys. You don't want to miss this. They're going to do it a few more times as we go up and over. Lots of prop wash. That was EM Drones who pushed himself up to the front. Now running in the number 2 spot is Heads Up FPV. He is just ripping it right now. Next to cross over is Flycucks. He's flying smooth as well. EM Drones, your leader, is off with a 26-1. He is really trying to make it happen for us here and get those numbers posted. So far, only one pilot who's been able to get his 5 laps in, and if EM Drones is able to keep it up, he should be able to get a 5-lapper in here on round number 1. There's Heads Up FPV. That is going to be on to lap number 3. That'll be Heads Up FPV. He is now your leader for track position. EM Drones dropping a spot. But on that lead lap, lap number 3 as well, Flycucks is on lap number 3 with Heads Up FPV, your leader, on pace to do 4 or 5 laps. If he's able to keep the pace on right now, he is going to make his way. Oh no, they're saying big wreck on the far corner. I'm hearing all kinds of oohs and ahs on the far side. Getting ready to come through our hurdles section here in just a moment. And Heads Up FPV with some bad news coming in on this one. We still have the clock running for 20 seconds still to go. Up and over we go with EM Drones onto lap number 4. Flycucks moving up number 2 spot onto lap number 4 as well. And round number 1 is about done for this group as we count it down. 7 seconds, 5 seconds about. 4, 3, 2, 1. There is the ding to bring out the checkered flag, and that is where it all comes to an end as we will make it official here. They're telling me that there is a penalty coming in for EM Drones for a false start, so he loses a lap. Going to try and get 4 in. It's going to wind up being 3. Flycucks, I believe, just getting the 3 as well. There we go. Boom. There's a big finish. That wasn't scary at all. That was EM Drones. All right, now that we've experienced that, keep coming. We got so much more. We'll see you guys in a bit. Out to center. This is here. This is an exciting spot right here as well. This is the tunnel section that we call it. Series of 4 gates, 1, 2, 4. And up here in the center is our Fat Shark tank. You're completely protected. The drone will fly all around you. We have to retrieve some from the nets, but in a few moments, you'll be able to see the FPV feed. See that guy? TV does add about 15 pounds on as we look over there. There's you. You're talking about 2,500 people on our live stream right now. You're going to be able to see the actual feed that the pilots see on that screen. But we want to get you drone ready. We just got you warmed up. So you got a chance too, when we go racing, to put on the goggles so you can feel the same experience pilots have and fly the simulator. How awesome is this? Let's become drone pilots. All right. Thanks for playing with us. We're going to retrieve some quads and we're going to go racing here in a moment inside of our Shark Tank. You see our next heat is gritting up at our podium. Watching our live stream right now, you can see what is being broadcast to the world on our MultiGP YouTube page. Those are those gorgeous pro launch podiums. And Adrian, our switcher, is doing a heck of a job trying to get those launches. And we've been having fun for the last 3 days watching, see who is doing the risk and reward, especially in these first rounds, spooling up. And as you look to things on that screen, the far end, that is podium number 1. Then it goes 2, 3, 4, 5. As everything is lined up in reverse order, kind of like stages, stage left to right.
A full DQ?
Coming in, EM Drones, he was our leader on that one. I believe he got the whole shot. Then he was leading the field, even though Heads Up FPV got the lead after 1 lap. They just informed me that he lost a lap for a false start, but then he missed a flag, so he just got DQ'd. That's bad news. He gets 2 more kicks at the cat. Do some more drone racing here tonight. Looking at these digits right now, unofficial ranking. Looks like NV Astro is currently on the bubble for the top 16. 3 laps and 3:20. All these guys with the 3 laps are 11th through 16th. You got Derrico is in 15th, Cody is in 14th, Zero is in 13th. Dolma is in 12th, Rocky Mountain RC is in 11th. As we go into our top 10, everyone except the top 1 has 4 laps. Ranking from 10th up, Beaupre's in 10th, Flying Things 9th, Flycucks 8th, Are You Ready 7th, Freshness 6th, H is in 5th at the moment, Sky is in 4th, Falcon X is in 3rd, Nub is in 2nd, and again our TQ is J-Rod in the lead, 5 laps 2:19.
Yeah, Michael was on it, so he had to retrieve a quad live. Pardon? It would be pushed to first thing. I think we're racing sometime. This would give any practice, scheduled practice for top 16. Also, it only takes me about 9 minutes early to run the top 16. Normally it needs 4. So Raymond, we done today. And so we have what we call wiggle room, which has been the main of our existence this whole event. We're working. Yeah, no, we, but it's been where it's kind of viable.
That's really cool what you guys do.
Yeah, it's fun out here, isn't it? The only thing that would make it better is a bar. A bar. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. That'd be good. And if I could bring... 10 of round number 1. They're going to the stage. And there is our podium of our live stream. There's our stage now on our live stream. As they get gridded up on the stage and the podiums from right to left, you're going to have Alejandro FPV. This guy right here, he was our leader at one point. That is the Chief. I think he finished 3rd overall in Series 60 to make it to this point. The next guy with the beard is our buddy from FPV chat. That is Nurk. Beside him, you know him from television. That's the Bud Light pilot. That's a good idea. Yeah, make it a Bud Light. Our Bud Light pilot, Jaws, is right there. Next to him, Poison pilot. This other guy on the far end looks like a Genzace pilot. That is Chewy FPV. All right, pilots, good luck. 16th right now is 3 laps 320. 5 laps 219 is in the lead. Arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. Did you see the spool up and how they took off? Holy guy, what a great start on this one. And anyone's game is round number 1 and then a whole bunch of do-over rounds. Imagine if you could just keep going back to that bank when you are out on the town here in Reno. When drone racing, we give you 3. We want your fastest to see if we can get you to Championship Sunday. Watching our entire field here come out of that tunnel, about to go into our second corkscrew section. Blade to blade racing right now on our screen. Up and through our hurdle section. Go around to our start and finish, as that is going to be Nurk and the Chief. The Chief just ahead of Nurk as they go on to lap number 2. Then we're going to go in number 3 spot. We got Alejandro in there as well by the looks of things. This is going crazy right now. We're watching drone racing. It's a Saturday night, and this is the excitement that we've been looking for right here. The Chief now dropping into the number 2 spot. We're going to put Nurk back up into the number 1 spot. Through that hurdle section, we have Nurk just ahead of the Chief. There goes Nurk. There goes the Chief. Now they're a little spaced a little bit. They're not racing each other for track position. They are just trying to race that clock and get 5 in, and I think they are well on their way to doing so here as we have just a little bit more time on the clock. It looks like Nurk is on the cusp of doing that 5-lap pace. The Chief needs to keep with them. They're working on lap number 3. About to go into lap number 4 with about 35 seconds still to go. Come on, Chief, arm and go. Back up. There you go. Back on his way as we go on to lap number 4 with Nurk, and he bumped up to a 5-lap pace. He is where he needs to be right now to join Jared at the top of the board right now in this big race, as we have just another 15 seconds to go here on the Master Race Clock. The time to beat, 5 laps, 2:19, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Where's Nurk? He's on his way, but he's got to get some go-go juice. He's on to lap number 5. That's what he needs to be. He's on pace to be just in about the number 2 spot. I don't know if he'll be able to get the lead, but that ding that you heard was the checkered flag coming out. So the Chief, you're done. 4 laps in 2:07, I believe. Not the worst. That is in the points right now. 4 laps 2:07 is about 5th as we continue racing. Course is still hot as we go through our hurdle section. Our second pilot with 5 is Nurk. 5 laps 2:24. And Alejandro getting across our line. He gets his 4 in to be safe. Alejandro, you're done. 4 laps 2:32. And that is it and all. That was heat number 6 in the books.
Let me get my quad first. Cool, man. Then I'll come back.
Don't be so relaxed, man.
Hey, are we live here?
We are live. We are live on the tone.
No, so this is the live interview camera in between races.
Yeah,
we just watched Nurk be the second guy to get 5 laps, and I think we're actually going to DQ the first pilot who got 5 laps because he missed a gate.
Chief?
No, Chief didn't get 5 laps. It was Jaws, maybe?
Jaws? I'm not sure if it was Jaws.
Or Zach, Falcon X. Might have been Falcon
Yes,
X.
yes. It was
think,
Zach.
He just came up and said that he might have missed a gate.
What a, oh man, I was going to thank the microphone company, but I'm not about to do that.
We're looking for the top 16. 5 laps right now.
There's just so much RF in this area. I'm normally a bald guy. I've been here, and all of a sudden, I don't know what's happening. My hair got a beard. Holy. Got about 20 feet of range. The old microphone. Hearing the chips. Still pushing. Round number 1. You're betting on Michael? Let me take a look, see. Well, this is a pretty good one right here. This is a really good heat. How did you guys get stuck together?
Hey, did you update this? Shannon, what's on your screen?
Let's go from right to left. We got Amari, seat 1. KW Boost, seat 2. Bull FPV, seat 3. Jet, seat 5. Sparky MJ, seat 6. Last year, Sparky MJ was the highest seeded qualifier going into our championships using our course and our UTT, our standardized course for the championship. He was the fastest on last year's championship course going into the regional championships. Jordan Temkin was our reserve champion. We got Bull FPV finishing second up in Detroit, one of the fastest up in the Northeast. These other guys are in a hot heat. Use them as your pace car. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in lesson 5. Yeah, buddy, Amari, I think, got that whole shot watching that. Him spooled up on those Pro Launch FPV pads and now trying to hold that field off right there. As we are underway here, this is drone racing. This is a Saturday night in round number 1 of 56 of the fastest pilots in the world looking to throw through our tunnel. Amari still trying to hold off our field, but Bull FPV looks to be your leader right now as he goes through that second corkscrew section and about to do some hurdling. But oh no, Jet is your leader after 1. Jet with a 31.2. That'll be KW Boost, then Bull FPV. Still waiting for a couple more to get onto lap number 2. There's Sparky MJ in the number 4 spot, and here comes Amari. Everyone is on lap number 2, and everyone on the cusp by the looks at things of a 5-lap pace. Through that tunnel behind the Fat Shark tank goes your leader Jet as he goes into that back corkscrew section. It's all about the corkscrew as he goes hurdling, still up in the number 1 spot. Not too many people with him at this point. Jet now onto lap number 3, and he is on a 5-lap pace. Then there's Bull FPV just on the cusp of that 5-lap pace with a nice 29 and change. There goes KW Boost and Sparky MJ in a battle for the 3-4 for track position. That's only for bragging rights, but we are racing against their own clock. They got to get their clock done. They got to be ranked in the top 16 after their 3 rounds, and it's their best one. Jet is putting on a clinic and a demonstration, about to come from our left to our right, out of the hurdle, and onto lap number 4 we go with him. That was a 28.9. He's flying smooth, 28.5, but he is out front of the field, about to come up on some lap traffic. On to lap number 4 we go with Bull FPV as well, 29 and change for him. KW Boost onto lap 4. The lead lap, looking at our numbers here, there's about 17, 16, 15 seconds on that master race clock as Amari and Sparky MJ clipping right before the gate, and onto lap number 4 we go with them. Looking at that clock, there's 8 seconds remaining, and here comes Jet. He's going to go on to lap number 5 with ease, 3 seconds to spare. That is onto lap number 5 with Jet. There goes the ding, and it's a checkered flag for the rest. 4 laps, 2:04 for Bull FPV. Let's get the rest of them across that line. That'll be all right. KW Boost, that'll be 4 laps in 2:09. That is going to be good enough for 9th overall. Bull is right now in the number 6 spot overall. And here is our second. Oh, no. There was the second. Sparky MJ going to limp across that. So Jordan Temkin will smash into a gate in round number 1 of the Fast 56. Is he stuck in the gate? That is the question that I have. He's not stuck in the gates. So he crashes. His official time will be 4 laps, 1:58. That's the bad news. The good news is that is good enough for 3rd, even with 4 laps in. Only 2 have gotten 5. That's Jared and Nurk, so not the worst. Bull, again, in the number 6 spot. KW Boost in the number 9 spot. Sparky MJ, that was his first one here under timing of the Fast 56. 4 laps, 2:25. That'll put him in the number 16 spot. Yes, that is on the bubble to advance at this point. And Amari with 3. 3 is not going to be enough. We wish him the best of luck rolling into round number 2. Later on, heat number 7 is in the books. For the good of the event. Oh, see, I already sound better, man. So looking at this right now, this is heat number 8 of 10, so just past that 3/4 mark. Ooh. What are you doing to my pink? Where's she going? Pink. Yeah. There we go. You rocked back and forth and she was dancing.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Scully?
All right, let's let her rip on this one. Oh, late to the party. Come on, JFK. You're spotting. Spotters are people too. Shannon, relax. Everyone's good? Here we go. Round number 1 for another big guns. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tune in less than 5. Off to the races. What a big night of drone racing as we look to your whole shot on that one. Gonna go to, looks like the Dawn. Nah, beast mode. Nah, Flying Bear. Wow, they are pushing like this. And Flying Bear got the whole shot in our first one down. This is absolutely insane racing right here. Looking to beast mode, pushing himself up. He seems to be about in the lead right now, about to roll into our hurdle section. No, it's going to be Lance FPV. Has pushed himself up in that corner. Lance will lead McGap, then beast mode onto lap number 2. 40 seconds in, 1:20 still to go. This is part of the Fast 56. It's qualifying round number 1. It is a 3-round game as we try and push them up into our top 16 for Championship Sundays. Sunday is fun day at the 54th National Air Race Championships, and we're going to be handing out $25,000 to some drone pilots. Who will it be? I don't know. Maybe not Lance FPV, your leader, down. Oh, he might be able to take off again. Lance, come on, get up. McGap onto lap number 3, then beast mode onto lap number 3. They're on 4-lap paces with another 50 seconds to go, and on pace to be inside of the top 16, but near that bottom. Adam at 20, don't forget about him. He's on to lap number 3, also on a 4-lap pace, but right now just inside of the top 20, trying to get them in. But at this point in the round, we need to get some hot laps in and basically keep raising that bar like singular. 30 seconds still to go. Get ready to hear the scream of beast mode as he goes by in the number 2 spot behind McGap, your leader, onto lap number 4, and with 20 seconds on the clock, it looks like a time of 27 or faster, McGap will get a 5th. A 25 or faster, beast mode will get a 5th as we Keep pushing. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. McGap gets a crosswind, gets the 5th. Beast mode does not. Keep going, McGap. You're on lap number 5, making it across our line, not by much, by 0.22. McGap gets a go-ahead flag. Beast mode missed it by 2.5. Adma 20, you're done 4 laps in 2:12. Beast mode 4 laps 2:02. 1 to finish, and that is McGap. He is the fastest from Texas, and right now on pace to be in about our top 3. Bring him to our checkered 5 laps in 2:30 for McGap, and that was round number 1. Two more heats to go in round number 1. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Back and forth are the same thing. That's all right. You guys are doing a great job.
2-4, 3-0, 4-0, 5-4, 6-5. We got 3 on 2. How are you?
Why don't you have a heat sheet? Why didn't you bring it up before the first 9 races?
Dude, you might want to break it because I don't see nothing in this time.
All right, it's on your phone. Go to mgp.livefpd.com.
Yeah. There's nothing in his lap that would say he didn't have. Yeah, he was 2 seconds off. Yeah, that's
Hey, can you print off a second heat sheet? Or do we have a spare? Do we have a spare heat sheet or no? No, can you print? Behind McGap, if McGap made it. Where are you going? Oh, you're doing that? Yeah, you can. I think we need to power cycle that clear view, right? You saw beast mode is going in and out.
We talked to Beast Mode. He said he was perfect. I asked him about that.
No, I think it's the box.
Okay, I'll power cycle.
Like way over here.
Next game couldn't hold the pressure. Pretty cool DVR that we play back all our time bringing up next game. I want you to watch it on this DVR.
Oh, okay.
They're not watching my DVR on the last game.
Let's run.
Run it. Let's get that quad.
So I bounced off the net. I disarmed.
There's always another day in the rodeo.
I chopped the net. Broke a lens.
Oh!
But I think that should be it.
All right, let's run. I think we're ready to run.
Are they ready to run?
Yeah, you arming? Still works.
Fine.
Let's see that lens real quick. Oh, man.
No problem. $5.
Yeah, you killed it. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
I felt good. I hit one of those top sections there, and then hit the net on top, disarmed so I don't get stuck, and I should have rearmed.
It's all right. It's your one throw away.
One throw away gone. No problem.
Everything's straightened out.
How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. How's Chance doing?
He's up right now.
He's up right now?
First run, yep.
Oh, man. Here we go. Going to bring it home for the team.
I hope so.
It's got this. It's like I don't know who to root for.
I know.
There's so many people I want to win, you know?
So many good pilots here. It's crazy.
I really have to, root for my Florida.
The bubble is 16. 4 laps and 2:21. So far, 3 pilots with 5 laps. Let's launch them. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on its own in less than 5. Watch your field. Bilster with the whole shot, then freestyle. The rest of the field through as well. Thing of beauty is we watch all 6 get up in the air. And I'm watching on board here with all 6 feeds, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good video as we roll in here, heat number 10. But now it is about racing to that strip, that checkered line, and being faster than 4 laps 2:21 for a chance to advance into our final 16 to win their share of $25,000. Here comes your leader. I think it's Bilster. He got the whole shot in the lead of lap number 1, but he's got free fall right behind him and some more company as well. Captain Vanover in the number 3 spot. Then Drobot Racer. These guys are all shuffled up. A great stacked heat with 1 in the net, and now everyone about to go on to lap number 2. There goes Roscoe FPV cleaning up. And everyone on lap number 2 now with your leader, I believe still Bilster. He's in our back corner about to do some hurdling for us from your left to your right onto lap number 3. He's on the cusp of a 5-lap pace, but free fall right with them. Captain Vanover as well. So free fall, Bilster, Captain Vanover, all keeping together. Their channels in order, 4, 3, and 5 on your screen. They are all pushing for that 5-lap pace to get the 5 in. And if they stay together as they are, as long as they don't midair, they'll all get 5 on this one, and we're watching some blade-to-blade battles right now as we're almost knife-edging through the top of gates. Let's go to that hurdles section. Looks like Free Fall has now got the lead from the last 2. Captain Vanover almost got him at the gate. Bilster in the number 3 spot. 30 seconds to go, and by the looks of things, 2 laps to go. They are officially on that 5-lap pace. Drobot Racer on to lap number 4. 20 seconds remaining on the clock as of right now. It'll be interesting to see if he pulled a 24. He might get his 5th in here in round number 1. Free Fall is making it happen in that corkscrew section as we get ready to go into our hurdles section. Free Fall and Vanover just ahead of them. They go on to lap number 5, and the ding is about to happen. So we are now going to put, by the looks of things, 5 pilots with that total of 5 as we end everyone else. Bilster done 4 laps in 2:01. That is going to be inside of the top 10, probably about 8th. Drobot Racer, you're done 4 laps 2:06. That is about 13th, inside of the top 16. Roscoe, 3 laps in that session, missed the 4th by 2/10. And Captain Vanover, once again, 5 laps 2:21. I think he was the fastest in practice. He is 2nd overall right now. Free Fall, 5 laps 2:26. That is going to put you in the number 4 spot. So as we round things out, that's it for round number 1. Your top 16 right now. The bubble position, 4 laps and 2:12. That's Adma 20 16th and KW Booth 15th. Then The Chief is in 14th. Drobot Racer is 13th. Sky is in 12th. Bull FPV is in 11th. Beast Mode is in 10th. Falcon X in 9th. Then we got Billster in 8th. Nub in 7th. Jet in 4th. Then from there, let's go to your top 5. They've all got 5. McGat with 5. Freefall with 5 in 4th. Nurk with 5 in 3rd. Captain Vanover in 2nd. 5 laps 2:21. And your leader after 1 with the lead of 0.9 is Jared. 5 laps 2:19. That's your top 16 after 1. Once again, your bubble time is 4 laps and 12.
Keep it smooth. I don't like to go too crazy on the throttle. I like to stay right about in the middle throughout the whole track. And I just try to find the best line to where it pretty much leads me to the next gate without me having to correct myself. So.
Well, you're doing pretty good if you're hitting those 5s, man.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that.
And are you really pushing, or are you just kind of?
No, I'm just keeping it in the air.
So you can go 6.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My money's on him.
Challenge accepted.
And look, we got the support team over here.
That's right.
That's right. Look, always here supporting the pilots.
That's right.
Supporting the whole fam. And this guy looks like as cool as a cucumber.
Oh yeah. This is fun. Pickle Rick.
That's good, man. Well, that's what it's all about, having a good time.
Yeah.
Racing, it's competitive. There's money on the line, but you know what? You know what's really on the line? The title.
Title.
The title. The MultiGP champion.
This is a good crowd.
It is. It is. So if you can get into the top 16, that's a feat within itself.
Yeah, one thing at a time. Top 16, then top 12, then.
I'm gonna try to keep myself in top 5. So I'm 4th right now. So if I can get past 2 minutes 20 seconds, then
Well,
I'm
once
definitely
again,
top
we
3.
make that long journey of shame.
Let's go.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Just keep that attitude, man. Keep that attitude, and I think that's a winning attitude, man.
Yeah.
Congrats. It's a pleasure to call myself a team pilot on the same team as you, bro. All right, man. You guys take it easy, man.
Thanks, Rick. No worries, man.
Oh hey. It's my quad.
Yeah, you might need that. What's up? I'm gonna go find a gate out there.
The blades are spinning at about 18,000 RPM into fishing line, and it just does this, which is great for safety, but not the best for the drone. That is why you don't litter right there, because the birds get caught in the plastic. And in the efforts of safety, just patch a hole like that. It's like going to a Major League Baseball game. The efficiency between the innings, as we are right now between our innings, we're ready to start the top of round number 2 of our Fast 56. Yeah, Bonnie. Let's kick off round number 2 one time. Remember what we talked about. You want to be in that top 16, and right on that bubble is 4 laps, 2:12. And right now, 5 pilots with 5 laps. Good luck. Arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Kicking off round number 2, it is your best 1 of 2, racing underneath that sunlight here inside Reno, Nevada. Are you feeling lucky as we try and double down as we look to our fields here? So far, just one of these pilots, I believe, inside of our top 16. After round number 1, this is the run for redemption here for our entire field as we get ready to push them through that hurdle section around to our checkered line, and Falcon X is going to be your leader after 1. He's already inside of that top 10, but he only got 4 laps the first time around. Beaupre was on a 4 or 5 lap pace, but he crashed out, but he's now in the number 2 spot. Rocky Mountain is in 3rd, not too much separating these guys. Pizza is in 4th, H is in 5th, and again, we need to be underneath 4 laps to 12. Right now, Beaupre looking at his opener. He should be on pace to break our top 16 as we keep shuffling him up. And we go on to your next one, on to 3. We go with Beaupre. He's getting hungry. Rocky Mountain RC on to lap number 3 as well. Then Pizza on to lap number 3. Your leader, Beaupre, is now making it happen. He has been gradually, ever so slowly, raising that bar, his own personal best, as he goes to the tunnel side by the Fat Shark tank, doing some yawing and holding off Rocky Mountain RC, who is in his heels. Rocky Mountain RC in that corkscrew section. But Beaupre is at the hurdles and about to go on to lap number 4. There he goes. That was a good one. 31-0 for Beaupre. Beaupre right now on a 4-lap pace to break our top 16 in a big way up to 12th. And Rocky Mountain RC on that lead lap, lap number 4. Pizza is as well. Pizza on pace to be about 17th, 18th. Falcon X is trying to make up some ground. He had some issues at the start. And H is one that we have on the ground as we have another ding. 1 second. Just 1 second to go. Now it's a checkered flag. Ooh, epic crash for Rocky Mountain RC on lap number 4. Beaupre will get 4 in. Pizza will get 4 in. That'll be 4 laps in 2:07 for Beaupre. It'll be 4 laps 2:09 for Pizza. They are now 15th and 16th as we sit right now. Nice run for them. Only 3 for Rocky Mountain RC, 3 for Falcon X, and 2 for H. That'll do it for round 2, heat 1 in the books. Live stream, watching our next group grid up. Team Dolma, podium 1 on the far right-hand side of our screen. They got the sweats, Mr. Enviastro. So far, not having his round. Then in the middle, Pat backwards. That is your TQ, Jared. 5 laps, 2:19 from round number 1, trying to raise that bar. Next to him is our buddy Wes from Louisiana. That is, are you ready? The first round, he got 4 laps in 2:21. When I play blackjack, too many. Beside him, phased FEV. Rocking the beard. Number 6 is A Noob. This is a good one because everyone is going to be coming in hungry. None of them anywhere near our top 16 to this point. But they got their 1 drop, and it is in the past. Other than this one right here as your TQ.
Doing a great job. I love me some country music. Yeah, buddy. Little unknown fact. That's how we like to start our day. All right, pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in lesson 5. Great start as we almost do a little tip to tip before the second gate, that Horizon Hobby one, but everyone free and clear and racing once again here on a Saturday night live inside of Reno, Nevada at the 54th National Air Race Championships, and we are getting excited because this is kind of a do or die heat. Envy Astro once again on his lid trying to get out of it. That is one of the guys that we were pegging to win this event. He somehow turtle modes his way back up onto his lid, and down he goes. Wes is your leader. Are you ready? With a 31-4, then Dolma, then Anub, then Jared on to lap number 2. We're going to probably see a bunch of 5s in this roster. Only one of them has a 5 so far here as we're early in round number 2. Anything could happen as we expect the unexpected as we keep pushing them through on a Saturday night under the bright lights, and that'll be coming up here in just a little bit. Are you ready? Trying to hold off the pack in that Cyclone section. He's already at the hurdles. Right with him is Dolma, FPV, and man, 2 of them going down. Now we have a switch up in our giddy up. Anub and Jared up into the 1-2. That hurdle section's the easiest. Get me my Vortex Mini. What is going on? They have been crashing there all night long. 45 seconds remaining on our master race clock. Anub is your leader. Remember, he was our winner of the Series 60 to advance here tonight, and he has another 40 seconds, and I think he's going to get his first 5 in. He almost did it twice in the Series 60. There goes Anub onto lap number 4 on that 5-lap pace. Jared is right with him, also on a 5-lap pace. Not as strong as before, but now just playing a little safe right now. Anub, again, your leader on this one, trying to make it happen. On to lap number 4, we go with Are You Ready? Your leader is Anub, working his way through the tunnel behind Fat Shark. Up into our second corkscrew section off to the back left, and now he goes hurdling. Lots of time to spare onto lap number 5. He does it this time. Anub and Jared onto lap number 5. They get by, and now there is the ding that will bring everyone else down while Anub and Jared collect their 5 and jump up a bunch. Now, Jared, obviously your TQ, but Anub is looking to break that top 5. Dolma, you're done. 3 laps, 2:05. Are you ready? You're done. 4 laps, 2:10. And the course is hot with 2 fast pilots right here as we go through that hurdle section. It is still going to be Anub just ahead of Jared, but not by much. 5 laps, 2:23 for Anub, 5 laps, 2:24 for Jared, a separation of 1.2. So Jared, consistent, not as strong as before, but Anub moving up to the number 3 spot overall with 5 laps, 23. That is heat number 2 in the books. Let's grid up heat number 3.
Huh? This?
Yeah, did I hit
No
it?
way.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Nah, this thing's good. Thing's a G.
Nice.
Nah, I was way out to the right. Any carnage?
Yeah. Props.
Ah, that's all right.
Yeah,
You got more of those, right?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Do you know before lunchtime tomorrow, we'll have awarded over $25,000 to the fastest drone racer in the nation? As of course, thanks to our many partners. I want to thank RunCam, new partners of MultiGP. Hobby Wing, they joined us at International Open, now the championships. PCS Adventures, we have a great program that we're going to be talking about next season with
PCS Adventures, where we're promoting our sport, our industry through the STEM culture. Mode 2 as well. I also want to thank our greatest partner, one of my most favorite. Yes. Which is Western Associates, which is our official clothier of MultiGP. Your team shirts, much, much more, including these stylish golf shirts that I absolutely love. Look at this. They breathe. They need to. You're a big dude like me walking around on an asphalt all event long. Styling and profiling. Thank you so much, Western Associates, for your support of MultiGP, in addition to Hard Times Beef Jerky. If you haven't tried that yet, find out where it is. We'll hook you up. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Oh man, that is a yard sale of parts right there. It is not looking good. A backup quad just became a memory over on. There was the opening between our two gates. That hurts. I believe that was Flanders FPV wrecking out. Starting with 5, we are down to 2. We got Nub and Provo. Nub right now in the number 8 spot overall. Provo looking to get something done. There's FPV Provo, your leader, just ahead of Nub. As they cross over 2 and 1. Provo, your leader, with a 2-second lead over Nub. They're not racing each other. That's just for the bragging rights. They're racing against the clock and to be inside of that top 16 at the moment. 4 laps 2:07 is the bubble. Currently, Nub is in there. He almost got 5 the last time around, missed it by 1. And Provo really needs this one to get it started. We're at the midway point. 1 minute in, 1 minute to go. There goes Provo to our gate, just ahead of Nub. Look at that. They're separated by 1/10 of a second, and now they're getting closer to a 5-lap pace here in round number 2. Provo is now your only one in the air for 45 seconds. It is an Army 01. It's a Race 01, and we're going to get it done, try and get them a little closer. So right now, I'm not sure if 5 is possible, but 4 laps in 2:07 would be awesome. That'd be inside of our top 16, rolling into round number 3 a little bit later on this event. Over to lap number 4. That was a 29.440. The pace that he's on, he crossed over with about 25.2 seconds to spare. That is way too crazy. But if he keeps his pace on, he'll jump to 14th and gets a comeback hot into round number 3 for the chance to advance into our final 16, the MultiGP Drone Racing Championship. Here we go through that hurdles section, up and down, and to our gate we go with Provo. That'll be 4 laps in 2:03, good enough for 12th at the moment. Nice run for him. 2 for Nub, and we blanked out Flanders, 0, and Sky. We're about to, that was 3. We're going to make it, dude? We have no choice. Half the round. We're looking for Austin Wright of Western Associates and Hard Times Beef Jerky. Yeah, Austin Wright. You know Austin Wright. He'll hook you up. We're getting set for heat number 4. No. They lose his quad?
Cody Knudsen.
It actually looks like it's okay. What would you lose? Just an antenna cap or something? Just the battery protector. It's going to be all right. Flanders will be back in round number 3. Looks like we're under a quad retrieval out in the far corner. You guys are good. We are good.
How do you lose quad?
So Nub lost his quad in the corner. Right now, he's in the number 8 spot overall from round number 1. Not the worst. I don't know what that smell is. It smells like someone trying to start up some kerosene or something. Well, they're going to the skies. On the outside of the cage, we're continuing to race for that chance to advance inside of our cage. Here early inside of round number 2, the Fast 56, the MultiGP National Championship. All right, pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races. I was watching Ethan FPV just kind of let everyone go by, just kind of sitting there hovering. He's been having a rough time getting through it, but as we keep pushing on here, looking for the entire field to work their way through that corkscrew section, it seems like they are doing all right here tonight. Most of this field here outside of our top 20. Again, you want to be in the top 16. Round number 2 could be a good one other than for Ethan and for Freshness. They are down, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to recover from that one. There's your leader, Cody, on to lap number 2. Remember the last time we visited with him, he was doing a great pace until a wreck on the last one. I think he would have been good enough in the top 16, but it's now a do-over, as it were, for him. Racing hot here inside of qualifying round number 2. Yeah, last time he was 3 laps, 137 the last time around. So he went down on lap number 4, but this one could be a whole new one right now. Watching Flying Things, and man, interesting camera angle as he is trying to work his way through the inside of our course, almost power looping gates by default. Derico on to lap number 3. Cody is your leader with 50 seconds to go. Don't forget about Wilkie. He's on lap number 3 as well. They are looking to make some damage. They got 40 seconds to get a lot of laps in to try and raise that bar. Freshness now looks to move up onto lap number 3. With Cody, your leader, coming in from your left to right and onto lap number 4 now, and he is on a 5-lap pace, guys. Cody could make some damage. Could be your 6th guy to get 5 laps in here in our Fast 56 of drone racing. It is stage number 2 before we go to our final 16 and hand out $25,000. Lots of time on the clock, pilots, about 10 seconds. Flying Things gets on to his next one. Freshness on to lap number 4. Derico on to lap number 4. Cody on to lap number 5. Gets by about 0.5 of a second before the buzzer, so that's great news as he is now going to become pilot number 6 up at the top of our board. As long as he finishes this one, everyone else, when you cross over, you're done. Let's wrap things up right now for Wilkie FPV. 4 laps and 2:16 for him as we have a little blade-to-blade battle with Cody and Derico 140. They're separated by a lap, but let's bring out the checker for both of them. There's Cody, 5 laps, 2:29. That's 6 overall. We got 4 laps, 2:16 for Wilkie. That is going to put him in the number 25 spot. Derico 140 getting 4 laps, 2:31. That is going to put him not close enough, but a long way to go. We got one more. That was heat number 4. Heat number 5 is going to be up.
Push the whole round to get the pilots that say, I was. Okay, I didn't hear you. They gonna say, oh, they got to stay warm. Now, like, tell me,
They got to stay warm. The lighting was different.
they had 7 packs before that.
All right, pilots, arm your quadcopters. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races, 32 bits of Gill once again with the whole shot getting the field. He did the last time, but did not use it to its full credit. But this is a whole new round and one more to go as he's number 2 in traffic on the low side of that corkscrew in the center of our course here at the 2017 MultiGP Drone Racing Championship. You know you're getting late in the day. The M, can't remember what the M stood for. We came up with that the other day. Let's watch 32 bits of Gill bring it home as he's in the number 2 spot, right? Yeah, Heads Up FPV, your leader. Right behind him, Heads Up FPV, then C-Train, then Flycucks, then EM. No, we lost EM Drones. But as we start with 5, we're down to 4, and they're only all separated by less than 4 seconds after 1. Heads Up FPV, your leader, working his way through that second section of the corkscrew now from our left to our right onto lap number 3. He wants the 5-lap pace, and he is on it. He was the 2nd or 3rd pilot in the whole regional championship series to get the 666, the 3 6-lap rounds of the regional series championship, and now he is going to try and be one of the 7 pilots and make him 8th with the 5 laps, and that would put him in great position to advance to our final 16. 38 seconds on the master race clock, and there he goes on that high side. On the backside now by the wing, he's on lap number 4. Let's put 32 bits of Gill onto lap number 4. He's on a 5-lap pace. C-Train is almost on a 5-lap pace, but on that lead lap as well. Looking at the clock, about 23 seconds remaining. Let's watch your leader. I'm watching Flyclux. He crossed by us onto lap number 4, but your leader is about to come in hot. Oh no. Heads Up FPV, you got 11 seconds to get onto lap number 5. He messes up in the hurdle section, and no, they said no, he messed up somewhere else. Going to try and fix up. There we go. 2 seconds, 1 second. There was the ding, a defeat. 4 laps, 2:01 for Heads Up FPV. That's the bad news. The good news is he's 11th at the moment. C-Train, you're done 4 laps in 2:02. That puts you 14th overall. Flycucks, you're done 4 laps, 2:11. That's about 25th, and one to finish. We were watching Heads Up FPV to be our 8th, is going to be our 8th, and he will not be. 32 bits of Gill will be. 5 laps, 2:34 for Gill to jump up to 8th. And that is where we sit. So pretty good round, though. Let's take a look. And we got 3 inside of our top 16. C-Train going to 14th with his 4-lapper. Heads Up FPV going to 11th with his 4-lapper. And then 32 bits of Gill becomes our 8th pilot to get 5 laps here on our championship course. One thing that we do want to caution all of our pilots, spotters, and spectators that the stage is our house, and we ask you please be as respectful of each other on our house as possible. And please do not distract any pilots while they are racing. These are sunglasses, Paul? No? Dearly departed. Anyone missing sunglasses? We have half of them right there. What's up, man? You feeling good? Good stuff. Where's your quad? Look at this. Crit Whale pitting for you. It's all about the LEDs, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I have the
Flashiest ass. That's what it is.
The flashiest assets on the quad. I would agree. I would agree. Love those LEDs. LEDs, even in the bright sunlight, avoid mid-airs in a big way. Want to ensure that you are not a bug on a windshield when it comes to the race. We're getting them gridded up here in a sec. Here's another heat of 6 that really need to get her done. Let's introduce them to you from the right to the left. Seat 1, Alejandro FPV. Seat 2, the Chief. Seat 3 is Nurk. Seat 4 is Jaws. Seat 5 is Poison Pilot. 6 is Chewy FPV. And the guy in seat number 3, Nurk, right in the middle, is actually seated pretty strong in the number 4 spot. Round number 1, he got his 5 in. 5 laps, 2:24. It was all right. I don't know if it's a guaranteed lock right now, but he's halfway through the midway point of all the pilots with 5. So I know Nurk is just having some fun, feeling pretty confident. I'd be too. All right, pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races on a Saturday night, and we are working our way closer to $25,000 and crowning America's next fastest drone racer. Watching him go through that corkscrew section, I'm on board with Nurk. Looks to me like he is going to be your leader on this one. Jaws was just about ready to push up, but he had to correct himself off on that far side. Let's get ready. Oh no, Jaws is now on his ground, watching everyone else fly by. We'll try and get him back up. Let's go through that hurdle section with Nurk. He is your leader from your right to your left, and on to lap number 2 with a 28-8. The Chief in the number 2 spot. That's pretty good position for him. The Chief was third overall, I believe, in the Series 60, and now trying to work his way up on a 4-lap pace, almost a 5. Lots of time on the clock as we look to Chewy FPV in 3rd, Alejandro 4th, Poison Pilot 5th, and Jaws got back up there. He is in 6th, and we are just warming up. We're about a midway. We're halfway in, halfway to go. Nurk on to lap number 3, still on a 5-lap pace. I don't want to announce or jinx him, but his pace is pretty electric right now. Keep doing that voodoo that you're doing so well, Nurk, as he goes around through the low side of that corkscrew, ready to go by all of our fans in the Fat Shark tent. There goes your leader, Nurk, as he goes up into the second corkscrew in the back left of our course. Coming up, crystal clear video as he goes up and over the hurdle section. Let's put him onto lap number 4, and again, he is still on a blazing pace right now. 30 seconds still to go. As we take him through that corkscrew section, things are looking just right. The Chief is in the number 2 spot, and he's on a 5-lap pace. Jaws just crossed on to lap number 4, but he'll have to do this next one in about 25.4 seconds. As we look to the 15 seconds on the clock, let's put Nurk back onto lap number 5 as he goes on to it, still on that pace to take the lead. Looking at the Chief, he is about to cross on to lap number 5. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The Chief is all right. He goes on to lap number 5 as well. The ding brings out the checker for Jaws, though. 4 laps, 2:02. Not the worst, but he's 17th. Going to have to come back hotter in round number 3 as we push on. Nurk is going to take the number 1 spot, guys. 5 laps, 2:14. He's got the field by 5 seconds right now. Nurk is your new TQ. Course is still hot. Here comes the Chief. The Chief is doing great as well. That'll be 5 laps, 2:27. The Chief jumping up to 6 overall. And that is going to do it for heat number 6. Hot lap for Nurk was his last lap, 25-5, but he was just flying fast and consistent, or some would say consistently fast. Nurk was killing it out there. Good job, bud. So again, we want to thank our friends Western Associates, RunCam, Hobbywing, PCS Adventures, TurboMach. We love TurboMach. Got a couple TurboMach pilots coming up I think in our on-deck heat. Full customization. The designer and engineer, David, one of our great friends, representing his team pilots out here. His team pilots, one of our TQs. In mode 2. We also want to thank our event partners. We want to thank our friends at Teal. So excited to have them with us with their brand new drone that they brought to the game. Also our friends at Futaba Radios are putting some pilots on the podiums. We absolutely love Futaba. And I have no idea what Futaba sent me, but my wife sent a screenshot of a nice thank you card from the International Open. And Futaba sending me a thank you pack. I love Futaba. Appreciate their support of MultiGP. Love their gear. We can't thank them enough. They were a presenting partner of the International Open and proud part as well of our MultiGP National Championships. We've talked before about the video systems that we are using. I want to thank our friends at Immersion RC, the leaders in RC vision systems. Innovators in RC flight. Thank you, Immersion RC, once again for your support. Surprisingly, the owner of Immersion RC is in Reno. We have seen him for 15 seconds. He's having a good time. Also, FGA is here, one of the OGs. We also want to say our thanks to Fat Shark. They bring us our Fat Shark tank, the drone experience, which they've put lock on until tomorrow. Have you not tried the latest HD3s? They are awesome, especially if they're January or better. Oh, yeah. We're going to swap a quad real quick. I just picked up a pair of Fat Shark Attitude V4s. May not have the same contrast and brightness, but it does have the DVR. Love the DVR. It's got the fan. And it's pretty snazzy. Also want to thank TBS, Team Black Sheep as well. How are you doing? You doing all right? Are you just making it over here for the first time? Yeah, buddy. Where's Reese? Where's Reese? Reese Dickin. Did someone go get Reese out of our media team? Can you pull his plug? I know he's dialed in. Hold on. We're going to get our other buddy. Remember other buddy? What was that from the social network when you have your earphones on? He's dialed in. Come on out, buddy. This is my roommate, Reese. He is our EVP. Over here, bud. This is our EVP of MultiGP's media production. This is my roommate, one of my brothers from a different mother, and he had to come off the grid from the headphones. Our buddy from Blackjack, night number 1, is here. There he is. We wanted to say hello. This guy started talking about drones to us at the Blackjack table. He is an AMA member, and he loves air racing. Finally out to check us out, huh? Yeah. Yeah, tonight we'll meet you back there. I know Wendy's back tonight. Jacob's in as well. Are we going to launch? All right, pilots. We're midway through round number 2. Let's bring the heat. Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in less than 5. Yeah, buddy. Whole shot on this one going to Jet. Jet is our UTT 60 in the list winner. That is deja vu all over again. Last year he won it, came in hot into our championship with MultiGP, and was our reserve national champion. Of course, you may know him from television. He's won a couple world championships with Drone Racing League. He is one of the most award-winning, probably the most affluent from drone racing pilots, and, well, he has shown us all event why. He has been fast and a great pilot helping us with this course, and now just trying to break into, well, a little deeper into the top 16. After round number 1, Jet was in the number 10 spot, and now he is going to have some issues here on lap number 2, having some issues. Right now sitting in 10th, wishing, waiting, and hoping, but now it's looking for the go-ahead. I'm on board with Amari. Amari is on seat number 1, E4, and on pace to maybe inch into the top 16. At this point right now, I believe the bubble is 4 laps in 2:02. You almost need a 5 to to stay alive as Amari and Bull FPV cross over onto lap number 3 at the midway point. 1 minute in, 1 minute to go, and there goes KW Boost as well on board with Amari, your leader. No, we're going to put Bull FPV now up into the lead, coming into that corkscrew section. You notice he does it a different way. He's not as smooth about it. He does a lot of scrubbing of the speed, but it is working for him, gapping himself well out in the lead here with another 35 seconds to go. Bull FPV is at our hurdle section and about to go across our line. No, Amari is still just ahead of him by 1.4, but they are both just on the cusp of a 5-lap pace. They need to get around in the next 29.2 seconds. I think they can do it. I think they can do it. 28 or 29, and they will get a 5th in. 12 seconds remaining on that master race clock. Watching the Amari and Bull show as we go up into the second corkscrew. We got 5 seconds to go. Come on, Bull, get across that line. 3, 2, 1, full throttle, wide open, and it's good. It is good. He gets it by 0.4 of a second. Amari does not. 4 laps, 2:04 is where they shut Amari down as we are down to just 1 as I am watching Sparky MJ. So look at this, guys. Sparky MJ just did 4 laps, 2:13. Amari just got 4 laps in 2:04. It's not mathematically possible. He didn't get 5. He crossed over at 2:04 and crashed. And Bull FPV got 4 laps in 1:59 to move up into the number 7 spot. He didn't get the 5th in, but he is going to be, that's not 7th, that is going to be, you have to hit save. That is going to put him in 12th. So Bull FPV is in 12th. That's a pretty good showing.
Amari had 3.
How did Amari have 3? How did he have 3?
We had the hand time. He didn't start.
Oh.
So
Amari. Judges have corrected it. That was 3. Unofficially, 3 laps for Amari. 4 laps, 1:59 for Bull. That puts him in 11th. We lost Jed on lap number 1. His first round time still has him in the top 16. He's in 10th still. This is heat 8 of 10. So as that sun starts to set behind us, you can probably imagine, but we're going to see you all at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning when we pick up with round number 3. We're going to get round 2 in the books tonight and push our final round to the morning to ensure that everyone has the same RF environment, same video quality, and we'll be able to review and catch up on our DVRs. But we still have 3 races to go tonight before round 2 is in the books, and we push till tomorrow morning. Thank you, Emax and Horizon Hobby, once again our league sponsors. You all set? Pilots, arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in lesson 5. The Dawn, I have no idea what happened with him. He was trying to spool up and spooled up a few too much. Well, it's not the worst. Could be higher. Whoa. Keep going. Full throttle, wide open. Why am I so hot now? What did you hit? You hit these. Yeah, buddy. Keep racing, full throttle, wide open as we have most of our field here working on lap number 2. Your leader looks to be McGap, working his way through the tunnel as we bring the rest of the field around right with them. Down to just 2. Lance FPV in the number 2 spot behind McGap. The last time they crossed over, they're about 2 seconds apart. Now it looks to be about a 4-second lead. McGap now on to lap number 3. He too is on a 5-lap pace. We're seeing a lot of that here tonight. Lance FPV onto lap number 3 behind McGap by 4.6 seconds. And you can't do huge changes in the middle of the thing. 43 seconds remaining here on the master race clock. Here comes McGap through that hurdle section and onto lap number 4. We take them. I think the 5 are going to be well easy to make. You'd have to be like 37 seconds to miss it on this next one. 29 seconds still to go as we go up and over with Lance FPV. He is on to lap number 4. Right now he's on pace to be just inside of the top 20 unless his last 1 or 2 is pretty hot. Looking at that clock, 16 seconds still to go. Here comes McGap onto lap number 5. He's been waiting for it. McGap is on 5. That was a 26.2. And the pace that he was on would have been awesome. Would have been first or second. Would have been first or second. But he is going to crash out with an official time of 4 laps 150. New hashtag, not the worst. We still got one more in the air, guys. This is Lance FPV. He crossed over with 0.2 of a second to spare. We're going to give 5 to Lance right here. How about it? 5 laps to 30. Yeah, Lance. That is the exact opposite of the announcer jinx. I'm doing math on another pilot, not even watching, and we put Lance FPV up there in a big way. It's fine. Lance is inside of the top 10 now. Lance FPV is in 9th.
No, they turn that speaker towards us a little bit because you're too loud out there for them. That's fine. 1 is 5, 2 is 1, 3 is 0, 4 is 1, 5 is 0, 6 is 4. 0, 4. Yeah, well, how did you get a lap? Did he get back up? What happened to your heat sheets?
I got 0. You said you got 1.
Well, it read it 1. Yeah, probably read it. But did he go into the net right here? He did.
I don't even know where my phone is.
How did you get a lap, dude?
Phone is right there. No, it's dead. Don't worry about it. Shit. Where's my gap?
Right there. Crashed out before it's dead.
4 laps 150.
Yeah.
Why did it take it? Oh, because you got the rank thing. Okay, are we done saving that? So Lance FPV up to 9th, and McGap crashing out on lap number 5. Not the worst, because he come down at about 150. That's all right. He had 5 laps before, though. McGap had a 5-lapper in round 1, so he's still 8th. 2 heats to go. Trying to figure out the McGap thing. Shannon was what I was staring at cross-eyed. I didn't realize his first round was good enough. He had a 5. Yeah, he's number 8 right now. But what really messed me up is after laps 1, 2, 3, 4, he was on pace to be first or second, or to be, give or take, 3/4 of a second in either direction. But that is the luck. He will go down. 2 more to go.
It'll be 8 something.
I don't know about that. Yeah, buddy. Can you scroll up? Oh, no, you're good. It's do or die here in round number 2. 5 pilots, all inside of the top 16. 2 pegs to get into it. 4 laps 2:01 is the bubble. Pilots, good luck. Arm your quads. Let's go live on the tone in lesson 5. Off to the races. Great start for the field right here. Looked like Thrash with the whole shot. Race band number 3 pushed himself the high side of that corkscrew section. It all kind of looks the same in that section for me, but Thrash definitely your leader as he comes out of the corkscrew and back to do some racing here behind the fans inside of that Fat Shark tent. Through that tunnel we go with them, making it happen on a big way here on a Saturday night. The lights are coming up behind us on the airport as we get ready to put Thrash onto lap number 2. That was like shooting the gap of the gate. Thrash and FPV Davis through the gate at the exact same time. Unfortunately, Thrash crashing into the gate. He just missed the lineup, and now he's sitting in the screen watching everyone else fly by. FPV Davis now your leader. Nomad moving up to the number 2 spot. It will be fun. Will be 3rd. JFK in 4th, and they're on the 4-lap pace at the moment. That is only calculating the first lap so far as we get ready to bring your leader around through that hurdles section. He's dropping into teal as well and onto lap number 3. That was a 29.9 for FPV Davis. Bridger getting it done. It will be fun with a 28.9. That's a good one for him. He moves on to lap number 3 as we look to FPV Davis maybe on a 5-lap pace. Again, we need to be 4 laps to 01 or faster to be in our top 16 at this point. And right now, only the top 10 with 5 laps recorded. 11th through 16th are all 4s, and they're pretty close to that bubble, though. JFK on to lap number 3. 30 seconds go here on the master race clock as we go on to lap number 4 with FPV Davis. That was a 29.1, so 5 is possible, but he will have to get over that line in 28.7 if he wants to collect a 5th right now. FPV Davis, the one with the goal in mind as he goes behind the Fat Shark tank and ready to do that second one. Coming up on some lap traffic right now. Someone a lap back is in front of him. Hope things work out. That's JFK as we go 3, 2, 1. One more to go for both of them. FPV Davis with a buzzer beater. JFK with a buzzer beater. Go full throttle, wide open. Don't wreck it. But let's collect that last one. More points, as it were. It will be fun. You're done 4 laps to 06. That's a pretty good run. Moving up, well, about half the field up to the number 24 spot overall. As we have JFK finishing out lap number 4 and FPV Davis being our 7th one to go up to that 5-lap club. It will be fun coming down. We're still hot, guys, with FPV Davis. Could be pilot number 11 to do the 5. No, he's done. Rather, he's done. Don't pop that pack. That pack is mine. He is done. That's Bridger. I own that pack. I am sorry. You are done. You did get your 5. You did get your 5. We were going for 6. I was right with you. 5 laps in 2:27 for FPV Davis. That's in the number 6 spot overall right now.
What?
I thought you wanted me to do something. You said do something.
Yeah, someone. I don't think 5. I don't think.
Sorry about that, Scully.
My bad. My bad. I think this guy here is a 5. It will be fun. I don't think. Oh, I missed it, didn't I? I don't think he went through the start finish gate. I don't have audio. Oh, JFK was the one I wanted to watch. Oh, JFK didn't get his score.
I don't think he heard you, Nelson.
Nobody heard you. I heard you, but you're on deck.
1 had 5, 2 had 3, 3 had 1, 4 had 1, 5 had 4.
Yeah, 1. I got 0 on 4.
Yeah, that's right. Read that. So, I don't think Robert went through the gate at the end. Is anyone watching it?
Somebody crashed. He crashed. He didn't finish.
But I think it counted as lap.
He got onto a.
Oh, they fixed it. They corrected it. Okay.
What are you talking about?
You deleted his last lap? Yeah, you did.
I didn't delete nobody. No, it was Sean 3.
Yeah.
He was working on his 4th, but he didn't finish it. Yeah, everything else matched up with the judges.
All right, pilots, arm your quads. Arm your quads and on the tone in less than 5. Oh, yeah, this is some blade-to-blade battles, and we got some of the fastest pilots in the game. In fact, there's 6 in the air. 3 of them have been in the top 16 so far, rolling into this final heat of round number 2 before we roll into that championship round number 3 and then make the slice, make the cut before we push them into our Fast 56 tomorrow as we look to, who was your fastest off the line? Was it Bilster? Man, that guy has been getting the whole shot a lot lately. And Free Fall, though, moving from 2 to 1, he gets the lead after lap number 1, then Bilster, then Drillbot Racer, then Swifty. This is some great washing. Here comes Roscoe. He's onto that lead lap as well. Not the worst with the 38 and change. And Captain Vanover is our first victim. Not the worst for him. He's already 3rd overall from round number 1 as we keep pushing it up to the top. Free Fall, your leader. He's coming in from our left to our right through Fat Shark to our checkered line with a 26-0 onto lap number 2, onto lap number 3. Don't want to jinx him. We're at the midway point, and he is on pace to move up about 3 pegs, maybe more, into that TQ spot. Drillbot Racer onto lap number 3. He's on a 4-lap pace. Needs to be a little faster. Let's see if we can collect some more laps here. Swifty onto lap number 3. Roscoe onto lap number 3. Still on board with Free Fall. Free Fall going across the line right there. Free Fall 25.9. Lots of time on the clock for him. He is going to get his 5 in and then some. He's already done it once, about to do it again, and on pace to take the lead in a big way. Drillbot Racer onto lap number 4, just on the edge of a 5-lap pace. He needs to be a 28.1 on this last one if he wants 5 and move into that top 16. Again, the big story on this one's Free Fall, and he gets it. He's on to lap number 5. There we go. Free Fall going to take advantage of it, but use this one, Free Fall. Destroy the quad because you can take the TQ spot right now. You can't go worse, but the TQ could be yours as we go across the line. Drillbot Racer with the go-ahead by 0.06. Drillbot Racer to collect his 5th here tonight. So we are now filling it up. Looks to be about 13 pilots with 5. We'll see when it's all said and done on this one. Free Fall, you're done. 5 laps, 2:12, and you are now our TQ after round number 2. Course is still hot with 1 more to go. This is Drillbot Racer, and he is going to limp on home, but he gets his 5 as well. 5 laps in 2:31. He is up to 11th. That means after 4 laps, 2:01 is our bubble. And we have a new TQ by form of Free Fall at the top of the board. 5 laps, 2:12.
Against the next person, that he goes in and beats me by 1 second.
Put that boy in his place. Come on, Nurk.
Oh, I will.
Bring it home for the old guys.
I haven't lost to him yet.
I keep hearing my name getting yelled. I'm like,
I keep hearing Nurk too, so like, don't worry. We're all just so tired that it's like, we're just. All right, here he comes.
Where is he? Where is he? Hey, what a killer. Yeah. TQ, top TQ. Look at this dude. Look at these 2 guys. Huh? So what's going on? Who's going to win? Is it Nurk or is it Chance? Nurk, Chance.
So the last time we raced was at Midwest Drone Battle.
That was a lot of fun.
How do you do when heads up is up?
Absolutely.
Do you do better when you're running this, or do you do better when you're racing?
Not have enough time to get an extra
I just race. I do my best.
I got him.
I just try to stay consistent, that's all.
Right, yeah.
There's a couple other
That's what's important.
in the top 16.
And look at him. He's cool. He's chill. He's calm.
13th is Jet. Now we have 12 pilots with 5 laps. That's 32 bits of Gill in 12th. Drobot Racer in 11th. Lance FPV in 10th. McGap is in 9th. Cody is in 8th. The Chief is in 7th. FPV Davis is in 5th. A Noob is in 5th. Now inside of our top 4, Captain Vanover, 5 laps 2:21. J-Rod in the number 3 spot, 5 laps 2:19. And in the number 2 spot overall is Nurk, 5 laps 2:14. And going into round number 3, Free Fall, your TQ, 5 laps 2:12. So pilots, I have some good news, bad news, however you want to take it. We are starting at 7:30 tomorrow to finish round number 3 and to squeeze in our championship because we want to hand out the money before noon. That's the bad news. I am not a morning person. However, The good news, which I think you guys will believe, is that at 7:30, we will run one round of practice in your heats and officially start competition at 8:30. Share it around 7:30, one round of practice, 8:30, round number 3, the Fast 56. See you when I see you. We'll see you at 7:30 tomorrow. Yeah, buddy. Well, 10:30 tomorrow at home. Maybe my wife and kid can tune in. We invite you to see how the Fast 56 is going to wrap up all the stats, round by round, heat by heat, lap by lap. We're on mgp.livefpv.com. You want to catch up? Of course, we got the live stream. Watch the archive of that. And we will see you at 7:30 local. That is 10:30 Eastern tomorrow. So here this weekend at the MultiGP National Championships, we're at an airport in one of the most insane venues that I have ever been in. Let's prepare for tarping, bagging, and hunkering down.
I've been at Rogers Center in Toronto, the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been on airports in Sebring, Florida, and Willard, Ohio, and I've never seen the situation that we have. Wi-Fi hell in the 5.8 band. Now, when we're flying with video frequencies with the downlink, it's on 5.8. So Wi-Fi routers, access points, even radios are very, very difficult. They create a cancer for that feed because it creates interference. Now, a lot of these venues, when we go and do the fancy events like the Hot Import Nights or the little shows, the exhibitions, one of the big issues that we have to deal with there is multipathing. Multipathing caused by those signal reflections, if they're not interfered with by Wi-Fi, bouncing off metal objects. We're on an airport. To our left of our drone course are jets. To our right, C-31 bombers. That is a lot of signals reflecting on top of this stuff that's interfering, reflecting into us, and all these people with their own hotspots and the media teams. This is not the most ideal place to hold an event for crystal clear video. Fortunately, the MultiGP technical team have come up with a solution, and I gotta say, it is absolutely phenomenal, and we've made the most rough landscape a very flyable one. We've taken our frequencies, we chopped up some holes, we've created a new band that is called Reno band, and it's the holes between everything that we're looking for. So we got the tools for the trade to make this all happen. First and foremost, we had great success at the MultiGP Ride International Open using the Immersion RC Duo. That is in everyone's road cases, from Chris Thomas's to mine. It is the road hard put away duo. It is dependable. You can pound in your flag stakes and then use it for video. We knew we'd come in with the power horse. That's going to help us. Then we have the secret ingredient, which what made the MultiGP International Open a success. That is the video aerial system crosshair. It has a little bit of a higher gain, and we're able to really control a finer beam. And on the back, it has a blocker to really ignore any signals behind you. In International Open, when you're on one track, there are 7 other tracks with quads on the exact same frequencies. The video aerial system crosshair ignored it. So we have those on our duos. That's the International Open. However, the International Open was a great RF playing field other than the toughness that we brought in by running 7 additional flight lines behind you. Now we took one step further. We went to the good old hardware store, the sheet metal section, and we put steel, aluminum coated steel, behind the ground stations to be a blocker for anything dropping behind us. Then we take a page out of the Sebring drone race where we got to go up and over our course, and we've raised them up on 20-foot towers. But the magic hasn't even stopped there. We don't have one ground station tower like we did at International Open, where we had a freestyle tower up on freestyle. Not 2, like the ground system, my nice box that I use for indoors that I call the Land Shark. But here, for the first time ever, we're using 3 towers and merging those video signals together in what is known as the Pro FPV Diversity System by DPCAV. It takes 3 different systems. So when it's in the far back and that signal is reflecting off the wing, the DPCAV Pro Diversity System picks up probably the corner. We know from Alex Greaves' big test at last year's championship that the secret to getting the best video is have your ground stations in the corner. The ground station beside our live stream is our primary, but when they're in the back corner, sometimes it'll be tower 3, sometimes tower 1. And so you take all those tools, all that knowledge, all that techniques, all the testing, tuning together. We have an event where a year ago, I think we'd be flying 2 at a time and just saying, it's all for fun, pilots. Here, thanks to great technology from DPCAV, Video Aerial Systems, Immersion RC, and our crew of MultiGP, we have an event, and it's turning out to be great video and a great event so far.